Hey, shout out to y'all on YouTube. It's your girl's Love World coming back with another video. TikTok has been having technical issues all day, so we've been doing our lives and then starting them back over. So you guys, let's go ahead and start the show. Tonight we are going to be bringing a panelist and doing what we do every day. And shout out to that. And that's bringing conversations and, people together to talk about all type of issues. Let me get the prompt for y'all. Here we go. I believe this is the one. Thanks for all the likes, comments, and subscribes. Today we're gonna be talking about what's the real issue that different immigrant groups have with Black Americans. Thanks for the taps, whoever that is. I appreciate you. We're gonna wait till some people come back in the room. Hey, Learn.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. This is Tether Think Tank. To all my people over here on YouTube, you can follow him here on YouTube. I know some of y'all have been asking about him. This is Tether Think Tank, spelled just like that. Tether Think Tank. You got a YouTube channel, Tether Think Tank?
I do. It's you're not gonna understand the name. It's Chukwu Igwe 1848 on YouTube.
And then you can still find him here. Take a screenshot of his profile, and it's his name, Tether Think Tank. Over there on YouTube, I got same kind of chat over there on cause I do all my replays. I set them as premiere, so we have a live chat, and I got the same kind of crowd. So y'all got people who like y'all too. It's just mixed in the chat.
What's the name of your YouTube channel? Is it Love's World?
Yeah. Okay. The link is in my bio. So if you want to see yourself, you on quite a few.
They'll probably cut me down over there. I got you. Okay.
Nah, they be cutting revenue down. But y'all, like I said, it's equal because y'all got support over there too. They be in you have to catch a premiere. They all premiere at like 10 a.m. All of them every day. My debates. I might miss one day, but it's always scheduled at 10 a.m. The whole full live debate. So it's the same kind of chat is over here, except it's YouTube people.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Thank you.
They be hype. It be like between 70 and 90 people, the whole chat. When Tariq was there, though, it got up to like 400 people in the chat. I mean, that Tariq video. Let me see if I can get Niecy Fly. She ain't. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. Hey, Automatic. He probably still at work. Hey, Mercy, Yvonne. So we just gonna wait on some people to come in the room, you guys. And that's all. So TikTok has been glitching. Oh, and I did scroll past some other creators, and they was glitching. I saw what the people see. AI, his show was glitching, and a lot of views was low. So it ain't just me, but he was glitching in and out like the same complaints we was having. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going on, but this is going to be the last time we restart it. And then if not, we'll just try again tomorrow. You hear me, Tether Think Tank?
Oh, yeah, I hear you good. I was just thinking about what I'm going to say in response to the prompt. I already know what I want to say, but
I'm sure it's gonna be something.
I always try to go intellectual. I'm not trying to. I love everybody. I love everybody. You know what I mean? But sometimes, I think this is like a family discussion.
Yeah, that's how I look at it too.
It's
A
like we're
discussion we
family.
need to have.
Yeah. Sometimes families have to have these discussions. That's all. But we're still family at the end of the day.
Well, some people we gonna be able to work with. Some we just ain't. Cause for some reason, tell the think tank. I hear this all the time. I hear this a lot. I don't know why it is. We was talking about this earlier before we had to restart the first time. I had asked the question, like, why do these different immigrant groups come over here? Why do everybody want to get down on the Black American? Why do everybody think we uneducated, don't know nothing, ain't got no power, lazy? And it's like the same talk. You can point at any of them groups on that poster, and it's a segment of them that feel that way. And the Black Americans don't even probably never seen some of these people until they came to our country. And they got the nerve to have those views about us.
Mm.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Andre.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing today, Andre?
Doing good.
That's what's up.
But just to respond to your question, I think it's a couple of things. I think it is the images that are being broadcast throughout the world on mass media, the images on, not only social media, but on movies, television. It is true that African Americans are the most famous and, black group of black people in the world because of Hollywood, because of, Silicon Valley, but not all because of the music industry, because of hip hop and everything that it portrays. But
Don't
not all
forget
of these.
about the inventors. Don't forget about the doctors. Don't forget about a lot of
Yeah,
things. Yeah, don't forget
absolutely.
about them.
Absolutely. But right now I'm speaking specifically about the images in the that is projected across the world. What is the cultural products,
I
right?
know, but see, let me say something though. I hear, and I don't mean to cut you off, but that's all excuses. That's BS. If you want to know about the people, you know what I mean. You can't just keep saying it's the movies. You come to our country and you see doctors, you see upstanding citizens, you see hardworking families, you see all that, but you still want to
Yeah.
run with that narrative.
No, if you're inside the country, yeah, 100%.
But
But I'm
even
talking.
if you're not outside, just like you can see all that bad stuff on TV and this and that, you don't got the internet, you don't
Yeah,
Google about a Black American. Our stuff is we way more than just hip hop and this and that. If you really wanted to know, then you would do some research.
I agree. I
You
agree.
know, it's no excuse. So now when we act like we acting, putting BTA, then just deal with it.
Okay, but my point is this though: it's the same reason why a lot of Black Americans have these images about Africans like we live in mud huts and eat mud cookies and bushmeat. That's not an accurate image, but there are
But tell the
images.
think tank,
Uh-huh.
nevertheless, we was African pride. We had the continent on our medallions chains. We was
Mm.
having our kufis on. Nevertheless, we was shouting out Big Africa. We was, you know what I mean? I remember I done had a couple. We still was representing mud huts and all. We still
Exactly.
was proud when we was on that wave. We still was proud.
I
Exactly.
can't tell. I
It's
can't tell. What I'm
morality
hearing.
with
Please, you
y'all.
don't remember, you don't know. So, cause you know what I mean? You wasn't probably here, but we was repping harder than any other Black people.
But
We,
that's what I'm not what I'm hearing today though. What I'm hearing
but
today is
I'm
y'all need to
It's
saying,
go
but we
home.
already did that. We already did that. Is what I'm telling you. Y'all ain't did that for us. Y'all went right with the stereotypes. Went right with the stereotypes. We saw them flies, big stomachs, and everything, and we still was proudly repping African Pan Africanism. You know, stop doing our people over there like that. Flies and all. We ain't give a shit.
But who says that we're not down with African Americans? That's a lie.
Your
Africans
actions.
love
I'm just
African
saying.
Americans.
I was just responding to you. I was just
Okay.
clearing that up
Okay.
about the
Okay.
difference between the people. Like we saw all them images and was still like big up in Africa. You know.
And we
No,
took y'all in our communities. We fought for y'all to be here. After all the propaganda they fed us, we even searched for the truth through the lies that they told us in these
Yep.
textbooks in schools. And we looked at y'all as one of us. Y'all ain't did that not one time in history after y'all story that y'all sold us to these people, right? That's the story that y'all go with, right?
no,
So
that's not
y'all
the
just
story we
have
go
no
with.
morality, and it shows. It just shows every day. Every day FBA come over here and come with our talking points about what we don't like about what y'all do. Y'all just come back with more and more and more, no morality. Y'all just don't have no morality at all.
And although we weren't even raised to nobody ever in our families ever told us that we were African. We still tried
Speaking
to
your
ride
mic,
with
sis.
y'all.
Speaking.
I
Yeah.
said, even though no one in our families told us that we were African, we still rode with you guys just because you guys had the same skin color. And still that wasn't enough. So now here we are today, we're saying we had enough.
There were no Africans at our family cookouts, family reunions. We didn't think about Africans. The school gave that rhetoric to us. We didn't know anything about Africa or the people that existed. Oh, wait, the commercials with the kids with the flies and the big stomach, and we had to donate 70 cents a day. We
But
used
you
to feel sorry for
donated, didn't
y'all.
you? Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
you wasn't talking down. Did you have one of them African medallions or anything African?
Yes, ma'am. And I had a pen pal from African also.
See what I
Me too.
mean? We all did. I mean, not we all. Some of us did. You were,
No, I
younger
did
people.
too.
Yo,
I
yeah,
remember too.
No, I don't
yeah.
know about that. I don't know how can you go from that to what y'all talking about today. Y'all,
Because we're tired
Because
and
of
fed
y'all
up.
actions, of course. If we've been supporting y'all and fighting for y'all all this time, and we just changed courses out the blue, don't that mean something? Won't you take a look in the mirror of you and your people and see maybe we did something to these people?
nah, I think y'all having some kind of identity crisis. This lady's talking about
No,
she's
you guys have
indigenous.
no type of, you take no type of accountability. See right there. That's the issue. You, for you to sit here and say, okay, everybody was just all cool with us just a year or so ago. Now all of a sudden they're saying all this different stuff. It's because something happened. That's common sense.
That's a
Common is
you
not too
issue.
common.
I've been the
No,
same person I
we're
am a
all
year
here
ago. I'm the
today
same person
talking
now.
about the same, but we're all here today talking about the same thing. You think we had a
But
meeting before all
if
this
you're
happened and
acting
said,
funny, why is it
hey,
my fault?
do you
Why is it
think
my
that we
fault?
had a meeting? Do you think that we had a meeting and say, hey, all black people, let's congregate and get against these
Yeah,
Africans?
I do. I think that's
No,
what
we're
this FBA
telling you
is.
the issue. We're
No,
all
it's not.
collectively
It's literally
telling you
what
what the
your
issue is.
what your
That's
movement is
literally what
about.
FBA is. It's
Yeah,
about
that's what the
How?
polarizing.
movement is
It's
Most
about.
about
of
See, no type
FBAs
of
were
accountability.
Pan-Africanists. What is
no,
you
no. It's
talking
about
about? Most
dividing and
FBAs was
conquering
Pan-African at a
the
point in time.
diaspora. That's what it's about. Division.
No, sir. The thing is, y'all are not happy with who you are.
I,
On
I,
on
I
on your
was born
on your.
Igbo. I'll die Igbo. You guys were born African American. You talk about you're indigenous. You're a
We
Choctaw,
are, because
Chickasaw.
guess what? We can't be deported. Y'all can be deported. We cannot be deported. We have birth rights
You
and
guys
blood
talk about
rights.
And then y'all keep talking about identity crisis when it was
you not
black
being able
little
to be
hats, it was
deported is not a
Moors, it was
plus. It means
black
nothing.
East Indians, it was black West African, all these black people, black Indians before
Y'all can't even
colonization,
agree. How
and
come y'all
all
can't
those
agree
people
on who you are?
disappeared after slavery.
Are
Where the
you,
Because
hell you
we
think they
all
went?
have different stories.
what
Hold
We
black
all
on.
have different
Indian?
Hold
genealogy.
on. Hold on. Did you just ask why we can't agree who we are? And
Yeah,
there's so many different tribes over there, so many different languages, so many different countries on one continent.
yeah. The
How
different tribes are
why
different
y'all can't
kingdoms.
why y'all can't agree on nothing? I don't even want to argue with people tonight. I want to just
Okay.
mod Y'all don't
I don't
talk
want to
over each
argue.
other.
I don't
Why
want to
y'all
argue.
can't be proud
But
of who y'all are?
this gonna
I'm
be
a
something
proud
else.
Negro.
I already see. And y'all talk about why do we talk to the melanated immigrants like this? Cause y'all the ones that always want to come into the spaces, tell us what we is or what we done and this and that.
I find it
That's why.
fascinating. I
That's why
just
y'all get it.
I find
What
it
what what
fascinating. Though. I'm just
what
interested. Go
what's
ahead.
crazy, love, is there's people from all races except these people that look like us, that's back up everything we say with history. I seen YT people on my timeline talking about, oh yeah, it was black people here, and I believe black Americans was here before slavery, or most of them was here. I seen Chinese people saying this. I
Where's your
seen
evidence?
Indian people saying this. All races saying this, except for people who look like us. Y'all have some type of agenda, and y'all don't want to speak on it.
My question is, where is your
But y'all
evidence, sir?
study Google, but we have all the books. We have all the
Okay, what
photos.
can
We
you
have
point me to a book? Give me the
hell
name of a book.
no.
Remy, you've been in
No.
all them lives with me. That you done seen all the stuff people put up.
I've seen you use pseudoscience
But
and
we don't have to
pseudo
prove
What's
history,
anything
pseudo?
to y'all. We know
but
who
I'm
we
What's
are.
asking
pseudo?
you. I didn't ask you to prove it. I said if it's there.
You
You
said,
said
what are the
there's
books?
books.
Have you ever heard
Yes,
of
You said
banned
y'all are
there's
racial
books?
books.
transgenders. You
I
guys are
can't.
Have
I
like
you
can't
heard of the
educate.
banned
you
But
books?
the
We
transition
have
from
funny
banned
one
thing,
books for a
one
reason.
ethnicity to another one.
the thing that I find the strangest out of all of this is because when anybody from the LGBTQ community says, "Hey, I'm a man, but now I'm a woman," you don't question it.
I do
When
question
a
Africans,
that.
woman that
What you
Africans,
turns
talking
into a
Africans
about?
don't
man, you
believe
We
don't
don't
that.
play with
question
that
Y'all
it.
stuff. We
When a
believe
don't play
that.
with
person
that at
says,
all.
when a person
We
says
question it
I'm
100%.
non-binary,
Tell them to
you
try
don't
this
Hell
have
yeah.
out.
anything to say
We
about
we
it.
don't have
You
time for
guys
no
don't
binary.
question them.
We
You
You
question
don't
got
them
the
every
question
wrong
them.
time.
people.
You
You got
That
don't
the
no,
go
you
wrong
got it
running
people.
mixed up. You
behind
got it
them,
wrong.
telling them who they
That's
We're
are
y'all.
and who they
Africans.
aren't.
We don't
You
do
That's
Finish it.
only
y'all.
that.
are doing that to us.
That happens
Right.
to
You only
America.
do
We
it
don't.
to us.
Nah,
We don't
Right.
look
What the
at
y'all
You
are the
these
only
Sudanese
ones.
say
do
books.
they
it to
came from
us.
No,
Egypt.
y'all the
You
What do
ones
don't.
that
y'all
You're
play
say?
not
around with
going
that
behind. You're not
transgender
going
stuff. That's
behind the
y'all.
YT man. You're not going behind the YT
Y'all
We
been
man
don't
next to the
saying,
white man
have,
for
"Hey,
way
you're
too long. That's the
bro.
Italian.
issue.
Hey, you're
Y'all been too close to
Scottish.
this white man for
Hey,
They
too
you're
are
long.
this.
ashamed of
Hey, you're
themselves.
that." You only do it to us. You don't do it to
You
any
guys
other.
No,
You
we
don't
That's a
go to
do.
the
damn
entertain.
lie,
You
though.
Chinese
That's a
guys.
man
We
damn
and
don't.
lie.
say, "Hey, hey,
You
you're
guys
not
entertain
Chinese.
You
that
You're
guys take pride in being
LGBT
Filipino.
close to
stuff.
this
We
Hey,
white man.
don't.
You take pride in
We don't
practicing what
Mexican,
the
entertain
you're
white
that
man
stuff.
Mexican.
practices. That's
You're
the
not
issue.
We
this.
don't
You're not that.
entertain
No,
You
that
that's what
only do
y'all
it
gender
to
do.
us.
Y'all got it
dysphoria
mixed
stuff.
up.
It's
Y'all
because
got it
they
all
want
mixed
it.
up.
No, no, y'all got it mixed up because y'all
Nah.
want
Don't
inclusion and y'all
entertain
not
that gender
invited.
stuff. We
We
don't.
never had an
Inclusion.
African at the
No.
cookout. We never had an African at the family
Obama
reunion.
was
What
Sure
does
African
that
at the
didn't.
mean?
cookout. What you mean?
He is from
Obama was
Kenya.
African at
He's
the
not
cookout.
American.
Do
He
do
is
y'all
Yeah, but he was the
biracial.
first black president, though.
But
do
he
y'all
wasn't my
go to
And
panels?
president.
we had to
I
put it
didn't
in
vote
your
He's
for his
not
hand.
my
ass.
That's
president.
We had
crazy.
to
I
put it
didn't
in
vote
your
for his
hand, though.
ass. I knew he wasn't one of
Yeah,
us.
we
I
know who
knew
you
too.
voted for. We know
Yeah.
you vote for the
You
YT.
voted for the
We know
Trump.
that.
No, we
You
know
Sure
voted for the
y'all
did.
work
orange
for
We
one.
the
Independent.
Sure
already know
did.
that. You vote
all
Sure
for the
y'all
did.
YT.
equal.
Sure
Y'all
did.
work
And
for
he's
the
the
little
same one
hats,
that
and
took
we
away your
know it.
Sure
voting rights.
did.
He's
He
Yup.
the same
didn't,
Sure
one
but
gutted
did.
he
your
didn't
voting
need your
rights. The
Yup.
same
vote
one that
though.
said
Yup.
that
That's
you
the
guys
Yup.
don't
And
problem.
have
we gonna vote for
reparations.
Trump
Sure
every
did.
time.
Okay.
Yes,
Every
and
And he's
time.
gonna put
Let's
you
we
back
make
in
know
America
that.
chains.
great
We
again.
know that
Let's make
about
And he's
America
gonna
great
FBA.
put you
That's
again.
back in
right.
chains
We
too.
know that about FBA. You
I'm
guys
for
are white
Uh-huh.
who
tissue
is
Not
feminists.
for
everybody. Not
You
America.
everybody.
guys are
Not
Yup.
white
everybody
tissue
is for Trump,
feminists.
but
Y'all
Americans.
I
have been
am.
You, all of
domesticated.
you, we
This is
know
I
you voted
post-traumatic
am.
for
slave
Trump.
disorder. Y'all think
I
that
got
And so
YT
you
in
what
think
my
that
if it is?
you
blood.
If
think
you
that
don't
buck
like it,
dancing in
why
front of the
talk?
white man is
Trump
gonna save you.
So what?
2028. Vote
If it
red.
is,
So
so
when the
Okay,
what?
Sudanese
good
say they
thing
came from
Like
Egypt,
I
Obama
I don't see
didn't
y'all
said,
get
making
your
panels
vote
about
either.
that.
He just gutted your voting rights. Your vote doesn't matter. You're politically
It does
extinct.
matter, baby. I'm in Texas. I'm in a red state. You better
You've
ask
been
about it.
redistricted.
If
What
you
you talking
vote with
about?
That's
the YT
Louisiana.
people,
You're gonna be redistricted,
you're
man. Your
gonna
vote
vote with
does
the
not
YT
matter
You
people.
anymore.
don't
That's
look. You
it.
don't know who I
Vote for
am in
them
real life.
YT
You
people
don't
and
know
be
what I'm
happy
part
about it.
of. You don't know me,
Okay.
sir.
And these are
Look
the
at your
same people
profile
that
name. It's
claim that
Tether
we're the
Think
ones
Tank. You
working for
embrace the
YT.
Tether
That's
identity
crazy.
I
wholeheartedly.
lean into it. I'm bringing tether back. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
FBA all day. Stand up, my people, and
There's no
everybody
such.
around the world is waking up.
Yeah,
So
And,
we're
and the
talking
crazy
about.
part,
permanent
it wasn't even
underclass.
It's
forced. It
like
wasn't
You are
10
even
the
of you.
permanent
forced.
It's like 10
underclass of
of you
America.
online.
You're
You
the
don't
permanent
exist in real
underclass. You
life.
don't. Yeah,
In
It
real
you're
don't
life, y'all
online
matter.
only
only.
in real life
Y'all
you
don't
only
go
see
outside.
African
So riddle
Americans.
me
Y'all ain't
this.
outside though.
Why riddle me this? So why is it that you guys don't question the identity of any
We
other
do. You got it
group?
wrong. We question every group.
I never see it. So I'm gonna do to
I just
y'all what
called
you
you
do
an
to
ethnic
us.
transgender.
I'm gonna do to
You're an
you
Indian today.
what
You're
you
gonna be a
guys do
Moor
to us.
tomorrow.
We are
I
Indian
don't
today. We're gonna
see
be
it.
Indian
I
tomorrow.
No,
don't
you're
see
not.
it. Right. That's right.
Yeah, you're
So
Indian.
so what
You
else? What about it?
you're
Okay, the
Indian,
whole world
right?
isn't
What about
crazy.
it?
That
Everybody
that
can see
weird
the
Why
guy's
laugh
are
Wait a
crazy. The
minute.
Africans
whole
Indians?
The
world
talking
isn't
about,
Africans
that
crazy.
didn't even
weird
Y'all gonna
laugh.
be Africans
Why
the
are
today.
African
Indians
don't
Africans
in
even
today.
black
know who the
people's
African
businesses?
is.
I,
Who
I
the
know who I
African
am.
Why
don't
are
even
Y'all
know where
hear
the
Indians
that
in
weird
African
black
is
people's
laugh?
from.
Do
business?
y'all
You,
hear that weird laugh? Why do y'all gotta do that weird laugh?
Cause they
you're
evil.
weird laugh. I don't
Because
know
the
who's
They are
thing
laughing.
that is
soulless.
Innocent.
funny, if
American.
these
These
people are
people.
Indian, why
Have you
are
ever
they
met these
arguing
people in
about black
person?
issues?
Maybe
Why aren't
It
once
you
or
on
ain't
a
black
twice
issues.
a
Y'all
reservation?
don't
couple
even know
times.
Why
who
I
aren't
you
you
don't
on a
know
They
are.
don't
them.
even
I
look
reservation
know
you in
they
your
then?
are
eye,
How are you
Indian.
gonna be
American.
competitive? You can't
They
even
can't
Huh?
know
even
you
But
don't
you're
look
even
you
know
not
in
who
on a
your
you
eye,
are.
girl.
reservation.
These
Why?
people have no
Why are
soul.
Indians in black
I
You're
people's
gonna
know.
go
business?
from a
You
Hebrew
Why
to a
are
Jew.
Indians concerned about what black people got going on? Why don't you go
Why
on your
y'all so
You
reservation?
focused on
ignorant
FBA?
bastard.
Why don't
Don't
you
you
go
know
on your
that the real
reservation if you're an
the
Indian?
Indians are
Why
black?
don't you go live with the
Don't you know
Why
that?
don't
Cherokees?
you
Why
go
why
But
you
feed them
that's
trying to
so
hungry
hard
ass
for you
Right?
kids
to
in
Why don't
why
you
you
go
Africa?
to
understand,
trying
your
to
right?
destiny
reservation?
swap
Why
with
not
don't y'all
Native
Indians?
stop raping
Americans,
y'all
Why
women?
Indians.
don't you
Why
stop
don't
Why
destiny
y'all
don't
build
swapping
you
with
houses
why don't
instead
Indians?
you
of
go claim your
huts?
casino?
Why don't y'all find a good bath
Why
to
don't
take
you
with y'all
destiny
dirty
swap? You
ass?
think destiny swapping with Indians is a winning strategy? Y'all just
It's
look
not, it's
crazy.
real, baby. It's
It's
real.
not
I'm from
real.
Louisiana. Don't play with me.
If you're
That
Indian,
ain't
you
got nothing
should
to
be
do with
owning a
anything.
casino
You're a
Y'all
on
mad?
the
We are
Californian.
indigenous
reservation.
to y'all
You are
mad? We're
not
indigenous to
Pocahontas,
this
ma'am.
land.
Ma'am, you're not
Oh
Pocahontas. That's
yes,
We
not
I
can't
true.
I'm
am.
Those
mad
listen.
you're
You
aren't.
not
Those
can't
ain't
getting
your
tell
your
people.
somebody who
casino.
they. You know what,
Those ain't your
I'm mad you're
people.
Mufasa?
not getting your casino. That's what
Those
I'm
ain't your
mad. I
people,
would be
ma'am.
getting my casino if I was Indian. I would be out there in Las Vegas rich as hell on the
Oh,
We're
say
not
this.
Native
reservation,
Americans. How many times
right?
we
They
gotta
are
tell
so
y'all
Go
that?
ignorant.
claim
Them
your
are
casino.
different
You're
people.
Indian. Go
Those are
on your
completely different
reservation.
people.
Claim
You
your casino.
ignoramus.
Yeah, they
Every
crazy.
year they pay
They
money
are
to people who
ignorant.
are Indians. Every year, just
Those
by
people
being
are.
Stop
Indian,
They
you
are.
can
using
get
Google for your
paid.
sources, sir.
You
You're
Okay,
in
can
a
get
dog
y'all.
playing
paid.
make believe.
Okay, y'all.
You
Y'all need
can
to
get
stop
Showtime.
playing
paid.
make believe.
All right, y'all want to move on with the conversation? Y'all
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
discuss what y'all think the real issue is?
yeah. I do.
Go ahead. It's your turn was over. You already had your turn. Then you go. It's
I know.
soul time.
No, I never went. I never discussed it.
It's my
Prompt.
turn, African. What's the real issue? The real issue is Africans want to be Americans and they ain't got the sauce. They ain't got the juice. They ain't got the soul. It's a difference. They ain't got the swag. They don't have the culture. And I talk like this for a reason. Y'all just ain't got it. And I'ma land on that.
Strong on the ain't.
Okay, if that's what you think, but that's crazy as hell.
Go
Yeah,
ahead. Somebody got a response for
I got a
her?
response. The real issue is that America is
Yeah,
a
I
business.
got I got a
Hold on, hold
response
on,
too.
hold on. This is a real issue. Okay, we're all equally American at the end of the day, right? America is a business, right? This the business party has two factions. Republican and Democrat are two factions of the business party. This business was built on your slave labor. It was, but you guys think you're indigenous to a business. You think that because your ancestors had their labor stolen from them, that makes you extra American. That just means that you paid a higher price for the same citizenship that everybody else has. So the white tea people, they didn't have to go
Facts.
through 350 years of slavery for the same
Facts.
citizenship. You were just forced to
Don't
pay a
come
higher
off
price.
mic.
Well, you were just being forced to pay a higher price does not make you extra American. And again, the issue is with the white tea people who made you pay that price. But immigrants, to get the same citizenship, just have to fill out some papers and not break any laws. But you had to pick cotton for 300 years, which is the white man's fault. So blame him. And I land.
Can I say? Can I
I'm with
rebut
Reese.
him?
It's soul turn. It's all. Go ahead, soul.
Me.
I'm gonna be too disrespectful with it.
Soul.
I'm gonna let American handle him.
Okay, go ahead, American.
First of all, what you don't understand, you sitting here talking about we pick cotton. Yeah, hell yeah, we pick cotton. We pick plants. We picked fruit. We picked vegetables on our own land. This is our shit. That's what you don't understand. The people that were picking cotton were picking their own goddamn cotton on their own land. That's what you don't understand. These people came in here and they stole what was ours. Okay. So it wasn't no damn free labor, first of all. So I don't know what you're talking about. You need to go and re educate yourself and go read a little bit more and dig obsessively back into our history
So how much
again,
are y'all getting
like you
paid?
like to do with well, like you like to do.
Okay, come off mic and I'm
You're
gonna drop you.
uneducated as hell. You're uneducated as hell. If you really went to dig to look into the information, then you would see that those were our lands, honey. This land is our land. Okay. We were picking cotton, fruits, and vegetables and doing all of that stuff on our own shit. Okay. They stole it from us. So I don't know what you're
Okay.
talking about this is the YT people's country. No, it absolutely is not. This is a stolen land from us. They stole it from us.
Okay, American, thank you. Sheree, rebuttal.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this land belongs to native Indians. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. We know that the white knows that the Latinos, all Americans know that, except the FBAs, right? So you can't rewrite history. We know it. So you can say it every day. That doesn't make it true, right? I mean, I'm talking about American. She's so confused, right? She loves. Listen, this lady loves her own oppressors. The other day, she said she has the same struggle with the white tea. He said that's what she said. She said they share the same struggle. She's a confused person. Don't take her serious. The mental slavery with FBA is off the chart. They love their oppressors than themselves. Um, they they do dislike themselves, and we don't care. We know the original owners of this land. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. It doesn't make it true. And I land here.
So, final say, or you want to let American do it?
No, ma'am. I just want to add the YT. They been rewriting history. Been, sir. You don't know nothing.
Can I add
Those
on to
laws,
that? My rebuttal.
The Constitution was not made for y'all. But some kind of way, all y'all get a chance to vote. Y'all can vote now. Y'all have rights. Y'all have protections. Like, come on now, make it make sense. But they can't rewrite it. They have been to include y'all asses. I land.
Go ahead, Petty. You want to take some of her time? She got 50 something seconds left.
I just want to say that the fact that these Africans think that all of our ancestors were slaves just show you how ignorant they are of American history. Everybody wasn't a slave, so this narrative that they keep pushing around is just completely ignorant. It's pseudo history, and it's I don't even know what to call it. It's really funny at this point. It just lets you know that they don't know anything about our history. All they know is what they heard on TV. That's all they know. I'll land there for now.
All
Can I
right.
take that 13 seconds?
Yep, go ahead.
To say first of they don't even know their own damn history. They think that they're just organic to Africa where they are, that landmass. They're not even organic to their own land. They think they don't even know their own damn history, and they sit here and have the audacity to try to tell us ours. What was the big river that you guys crossed to get there, over there, huh? Where did you come from before you landed there? You don't even know that. So if you want to speak on something, speak on your own damn history that you don't even talk about.
If
You
I
know
can
what? We're gonna
rebuttal that.
have American. Hold on. Yep, you
Oh,
next. But
okay,
y'all
Susan.
know what? We're gonna have an African space when it's gonna be all about the Africans. We're gonna get to learn about where they come from. We get to talk about their history over there. You know what I mean? We're gonna get to talk about it all. We're gonna get to talk about their tradition, their history, what they known for, their inventions, everything. Go ahead, Remy.
Yes. So this is what I was gonna say. One thing that everybody knows about Americans, you can ask this no matter where you go around the world, Europe or whatever. Anybody who's been from another place and comes here, you realize very quickly that America is like this bubble, right? And people here only mostly know about American history, American geography. Outside of that, they don't. You guys literally have your own system isolated away from the world. You know, the rest of the world can use the meter, you use the mile, right? We can use Celsius, you use Fahrenheit. We drive left, you drive right, right? Everything is about you and everything is centered around you. So a lot of people, the reason they say the things they say is because they actually don't know. When I was going to school in Africa, I
Ain't
still
no
learned.
excuse, Remy. We sick of the excuses. Go ahead.
Okay, there's no excuses. When I went to school in Africa, I still had to learn about European history, American history. When you guys go to school here, you don't have to learn about our history. You don't have to learn about any other country. You can just be here your whole life and not
But
know any other.
nevertheless, they learn it, don't they?
I
It's
mean,
people
that's
who
what I'm
know more
saying.
about. Yeah, we take the time to learn.
So if you want to take the time, yes, African history is very well documented. We have not only Black scholars from America who write about it, but also African scholars, right? I don't encourage anybody to go read YT books or YT versions. We have plenty of Black and African people who have written about this. Africa's history is one of the most well documented. We have
Thank
some
you,
of the
Anastasia.
oldest history. So if you want to find it, it's literally right there in front of you. You one Google search and you'll find it.
What y'all? What inventions? Can you tell me something Africans invented that's used
African
globally?
Americans.
Hold on.
African.
You
No, I'm talking about people on the continent, Africans. Remy, can you tell me like two of y'all globally recognized inventions?
if you want to talk modern inventions, right?
Yeah.
Which
Or
I don't
anything.
know.
Yeah, modern invention,
Yeah,
something
if
like
you want
that.
to talk
Something to
about
work with
modern
images.
inventions, there's a lot going on right now.
Huh?
There's somebody from Zimbabwe that just came up with a car that you don't have to charge. They're also
Oh,
working.
okay.
They're also working on an electrical program where you can collect the electricity
No, I'm talking
directly
about
from.
already invented that's used
Yes,
globally.
this is already invented,
You said
right?
working on though.
Yeah, they're working on making it publicly available,
Okay,
but
I'm
it's
talking about
already made.
publicly available
Yeah.
already that we
So
can go
okay.
in the store
Uh,
or it's used in daily life.
well, that's not gonna happen. They're not
Why
gonna.
not?
They're not gonna sell. They're not gonna be able to sell their products here, but they will be able to do it in Africa. That's what matters.
So it's
Most of the
nothing
time,
that's
the same
globally.
way. No, the same way China has plenty of things that they're not able to sell you guys, right?
No, what you mean?
Yes, so they have in China they have certain things that are ahead of you guys technologically, but they're not able to sell it here. They're not able to bring it here. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? It just means they can't get it to America.
Well, is it
So
in the UK?
no, because the UK, Europe, and America, that's one block. They work together, they're friends. Everybody else, China, Russia, Africa, they treat
So
us
y'all
like
inventions
we're.
in China and
Nah,
Russia?
you say what?
So y'all the things y'all invented is in China and Russia?
Zimbabwe right now, they're working with
No,
Chinese
no,
people.
no, not
Yes. So
working. I'm talking about actually there where somebody can go get it.
again, this is stuff that already exists. You can go get it. The problem is
Okay.
being able
What
to
is it?
access
Can
it.
you
Yeah.
tell me two things?
I said right now, there's literally a car, and
Yeah.
the company exists right now.
And what's the name of that
I,
company?
I can find out for you. I didn't, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, what you mean? It's an African car company.
It's a Zimbabwe company. I've never bought their car before. I don't know what to tell you. I
There's a
can give
Nigerian
you.
car company called Innocent. It has
Innocent.
Yeah, I can give you the name of the
INNOSON.
CEO.
Wait a minute, hold on. How you spell that? INO.
INNOSON.
Okay.
And there's a Black American also who just who has a black owned car
We are
company,
not the ones
and then he has
questioning.
one of a kind. Okay, and I'm talking about our own
Yeah,
people,
but we're
and
not
they
the
had
ones
he
questioning
has,
your
and he
achievements,
created a
Remy.
car company. And anyway, he's a liar too. First of all, my kid's grandfather is a robotist, and he lives in the Philippines, and he also worked in China, and he creates robots and does all these different things for all these different countries, and there is nothing exclusive to one place.
Oh, I
So
can
he's
give you one
lying.
example. I can give you one
He's
quick
lying.
example. Take the new phone they have from Huawei or Huawei. You literally cannot sell it in America. The only way you can have that phone, which has a lot of options that the iPhone doesn't have and other things, is if you go to China and buy that phone. Okay, that's a fact that everybody knows. I don't have a reason to lie. You guys, that's the problem. You guys are so self-centered. You think people are always trying to do something to you. We're not even the ones questioning your achievements. I'm
But
not
no,
questioning
but
black
we're going to
people's
do you the
achievements.
same way. But no,
Yeah.
we're going to do you the same way you do us. Prove it. Prove it.
Again,
Prove what you're saying is true. Prove it. We don't want to hear talking. We want to hear you prove it. Just like you try
anybody
to
can
attempt to make
Google.
us prove everything. We want
Anybody
you to
who's
prove it
listening,
because we haven't heard it. So what you're saying is not true because we say things all the time and you try to discredit us and say because, oh, prove it, prove it. So you prove it. And until you prove it, then what you're saying is a lie too.
anybody can Google it right now. The company is
No,
spelled
well, you can
HU.
Google things too.
Ma'am,
That's too
ma'am,
easy, right? Prove it.
I know you
Or
don't
he's
want to
lying.
believe it.
He's lying.
Oh, okay. You think you're doing something because you're talking over me? If I was the one lying, I would be doing what you're doing, which is trying to stop you from telling people.
Oh, you
Anybody,
always lie. What else is
anybody,
new? You
yeah,
always lie.
listen, that psychological manipulation works with your kids, not with me. Listen,
I don't need to
any,
manipulate you. You benefit
anybody,
me
okay,
zero.
so,
It benefits me zero to
okay.
Okay, y'all, let's
manipulate
move
you.
the
All right,
conversation
so the
forward.
company is spelled HUWAI. Go check out their new phone and see if you can buy it in America. Let me know.
Okay, shout out to that. Anybody have a rebuttal for Remy? Or y'all just want to move on to Sheree? Yeah, I think you've had enough, Remy. Go ahead, Sheree. You want to address the prompt? What you think the real issue is between all these different, not just Africans, Sheree, not just Jamaicans. It's Asians up there, it's Latinos up there, it's white immigrants up there. So please don't just center Africans, okay? Because we talking about all of them. What you think the issue is with these groups and Black Americans, Sheree?
I mean, listen, okay, I mean, with the issue, I think, listen, this is how I'm gonna put it, right? I So I think when it comes to Black Americans with other races, I think they think that, I mean, I don't even want to go into the stereotypes, because it's not going to be pretty, right? But I feel like this. All right, listen. This is how they look at it. They look at it that like Black Americans, all they do is to sit and complain, right? Like, oh, they sit and complain. Um, like a lady said the other day, right? The victim mentality, right? Um, so I think the other race again, they think Black Americans, all they do is I think they strive on negativity, complaining, um, right, and think like everybody owes them, right? Right. I mean, I have a lot to say, but I don't want to be disrespectful. You threw me off a little bit with your question of other by adding other race, but that's fine. But listen, I'm gonna say it again. William Tucker, like I said the other day, in 1624 was the first Black African child born in Virginia. That was the first African child born ever on this land. So where was FBA by then? How come nobody knows you guys? Because you claim this land is yours. Where were you guys by then? Right? I, I beg you people, do not steal.
I got a rebuttal.
I beg you guys, do not steal the native Indians' land.
Okay,
The
let
white,
your plane, Sheree.
right? The whitey did to them. We know that. Everybody knows that. Do not, do not bring yours too. That would be too much for those people. And I'll land here.
All right. Other than Patty, anybody else have a rebuttal for Sheree? That's it. All right, go ahead, Patty.
Uh, as you see, you know, you listening here, you listening, listening to this greasy finger goosey babble right here. You know, that's just, you know, what you hear from this cat is just pure hate. You know, I mean HATE, excuse me.
I love TikTok shop.
Pure,
Go ahead, Patty.
yeah, pure HATE. You know, you see his whole point was to try to be undermining and disrespectful. That was his whole point. He had nothing else to say. You know, and these are the same people that call us xenophobic. You know, but he had nothing to say of value. His whole point was trying to downplay, you know, Black Americans because he's jealous. Look at where he come from. You know, he comes from a land where they have nothing. You know, he traveled across 10 countries to get over here, him and his family. So, you know, he could say what he want, but at the end of the day, Black Americans gave your little goosey fingers a chance to even get a job in America to make some money. Because the little jobs that you have in your country, you can't pay no bills with them little jobs. You can't do nothing. You can't even feed yourself. You can't feed no family, no nothing. So you can say what you want with your little Ebola fingers, but hey, it is what it is.
All right, thank you. Final say, Sheree.
All right. Listen. Nobody is jealous of you guys, right? How can you be jealous of somebody who has nothing, right? It doesn't even make sense, right? So you gave us job, and what's your job? Go to your community. If you have job, give it to your friends and family in your community. In America here, when you talk about jobless people, they will point it to your community. Yet you are here talking, you give us job. Which job? Like I said the other day, we send $100 billion every year to Africa. Are you the one sending it to tell us that we don't have nothing? You people don't travel, so you don't know. I bet you travel, go to this small Ghana. You will be surprised to see things that people are doing over there. You don't travel. The Black Americans that travel will tell you, right? You don't travel, so listen. Let me tell you something. As Africans, even though we were colonized for years, we still have raw materials that without it, the America will not function. Without it, the Europe will not function. You can Google and check. You don't know that.
Okay,
All
land
you
your plane, Sheree.
all you do is to sit in your small community thinking you're running something. You don't. Even the Supreme Court last this 3 days today even made it even worse again. Your vote doesn't even count now. At
All
all,
right,
at all.
Sheree.
And I land here.
All right, thank you, Sheree.
Can I talk?
Yep, it's actually your turn. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I need just Black Americans to understand is that, you know, when you think about when we were fresh out of segregation and even with Jim Crow going on, we were more successful as a community then than we are now. And that's because, like, even when you look at Black Wall Street, there were no immigrants in Black Wall Street. There were no Arabs owning businesses, no Africans, no foreigners. Everything was Black owned. So the money that we were spending in our community was going to our people, and our people was investing it in the community. That's why the community looked better. It was better. But the government has used immigration to block that. That's why they give loans to immigrants who can barely speak the English language to start a business on the east side of Detroit in the middle of the ghetto. You got people coming from overseas who can barely speak and
Y'all
read the
on this. Hey,
language,
bro, you
getting
know,
loans,
Africans are.
and they telling us no. The system has used immigration to block our ability to build wealth, and that's the truth. So when we spend money with these people, when we get everyday things that we need like water, bread, milk, eggs, socks, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, everyday things, all that money is going into their pockets. All of that. And they're sending it back to their countries. They're not investing in our neighborhoods. They don't even hire us in the businesses. And then they're racist in our neighborhoods. These people are traitors because we're the reason they're here. So when we have Donald Trump trying to denaturalize them and remove them, I think it's a positive step in us getting control of our businesses and our neighborhoods again. And I'll land.
I have a rebuttal.
Go ahead.
I have a rebuttal.
All right, go ahead.
Remy,
Sheree.
go. No,
Go.
Remy, go first.
No, you go ahead and go first.
Okay. I mean, you keep on throwing me off. You know, I like to prepare myself. All right, listen. I understand. Black people have it bad when it comes to getting loans for business, right? But who gets it? The Arabs, the Latinos, the whiteys. But
Everybody gets it.
who is your focus now? The same
Everybody.
black people that look like you, you know? So those banks don't take you serious. They know you're gonna blame your own people that look like you instead of them. So I mean, so that should be you, you also said something like, hey, you want to bring us you brought us. No, you did not bring anybody. I know a lot of my friends that were brought by YT. You didn't sign any law to bring anybody here. You're talking about they bring immigrants in your community to take over. Listen, recently, when those people came for asylum, remember when those people came for asylum, which is in the constitution, what did Republicans do? They pick all those people and dump it in your community. The Republicans don't respect you guys as black people, but they
Okay,
know you
thank you,
people like to
Sheree.
kiss their ass.
Thank you, Sheree. Go ahead, Pharaoh. Final say.
Yeah,
Pharaoh.
I didn't say any specific group of immigrants. I did
Yeah,
name
I
the
know.
Arabs. I named everybody. I didn't say the black ones only. I said everybody. That's number one. Number two, when we when we when we're the reason you're here, and then the system use you against us, and we're telling you this, and you're acting like we're crazy for shining light on that. You're siding with white supremacy. We're not siding with no Republicans. I don't know where you get that from. You're siding with the Republicans. That's not what we do. We've never sided with them. Never. You're spreading false narratives. We don't side with Donald Trump. This is the only thing we've agreed with him on. Ever. Everything. This is the immigration thing is the only thing we like. That's it. We didn't vote for this guy. I didn't vote for no Trump. When you look at the statistics, Latinos voted for Trump. Everybody blamed it on black Americans. Look at the Latino vote for Trump. And look at our vote for Trump. That's a lie. Stop spreading these lies. Oh, man.
And Africans kiss all ass. I don't know what he talking about.
Oh,
You kiss white
so I
man
don't
ass,
know.
Arab man ass,
Hey, hold
Indian man
on,
ass,
please don't.
Peter Pan
Excuse
man.
me. Excuse me, Mister. Go ahead, Remy.
Yeah, these guys be really emotional. The thing is, maybe you
Wait,
missed
first of
it.
all, let me just say we have to go by TikTok guidelines and YouTube guidelines. Anybody that can't do that, they got to leave the stage. Just to let you know. Go ahead, Remy. I'll restart your time.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, I don't know if you missed it, but literally somebody was up here talking about how they voted for him. And we hear often with people who self-identify as FBA, they love to tell us that
But you got to look at this, the numbers.
I have a
You,
timer.
you gotta
Oh,
cut.
my
You
bad,
can't
my
cut
bad.
them
I'm
off
tripping.
there.
So I mean, like I was saying, yeah, people literally who say they're FBA, they brag about it. They brag about ICE. They talk about how they voted for him and how they like him, all that stuff. So yeah, I guess you can talk for yourself. I understand you don't like him, but literally people do. And another thing about what you said about Tulsa, sir, they didn't use immigrants to destroy Tulsa. And if you're a student of history, again,
Hey,
these are
Bert.
simple. These are simple Googles, right? So if you know about it, it's weird to make it about immigrants. I think that financial racism also exists, but I do think that
Okay, land
affects
your plane, Remy.
yeah, yeah, but I do think that affects all melanated people because the way they look at it is people who identify as white have better credit, and then they look at it as people who identify as black have bad credit. That really happens, but
Okay,
nobody's
thank
picking
you.
out
Thank you. Thank you so much. Final say, Pharaoh.
Yeah, so that's another thing I want to address is this whole racist. They do it to black people, the race, the black race. It's not the black race. It's our lineage. And something that I seen the other day was proof of this. The NFL draft, a Nigerian got drafted to the NFL and he barely had any football experience. He didn't really have he never really played football at all. He got drafted. But then look at the way they treated Shador. Shador been playing football probably more than half of his life. And he was trained and coached by one of the greatest football players of all time, his father, Deion Sanders. And he almost didn't even get drafted. And then they admitted to it being coercion. So how can somebody with little to no experience get drafted versus a guy who's been playing probably, like I said, more than half of his whole life? It's not race. They're both black racially. It's our lineage. They're taking orders from small hats. And the small hats are against us also. There's clips out there with them saying it. Why they hate us? We ain't even in the same country with these people.
HATE. I love TikTok shop. Okay, land your plane, Pharaoh.
Okay, yeah, but the reason why I'm saying that is because these people don't like us because of us being God's people. Trump is taking orders from these people that stole our identity. That's why they infiltrating our communities with this music. These Jewish people own these rappers,
All right, I
putting
love
all these
TikTok shop.
messages.
I love TikTok shop. Thank you for coming up, Pharaoh. I'm gonna rotate
All
the
right.
stage. Thank you.
Hey, love.
Um, hey, Mister, how you doing?
Hey, I just wanted to come up here. I wanted to shout you out, and I wanted to
Thank
say you're doing a wonderful job. I see your pages. Not only is it growing, but it's changing, and it's you're moving, and you're
What you
moving
mean
around.
it's changing?
Oh no, I got
I
your
just want to know
message.
what.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And I just want you to keep up the good work. Okay. I was about to lay my head down, and then I saw something was off, so I had to come in real quick and address it, y'all. Okay. Uh, how y'all doing up in here? 126 people up in here. Y'all go ahead and single tap, double tap, and triple tap. We only at 15K, y'all. Y'all already know what we supposed to be doing. Y'all already know what time it is. I appreciate the shares, the 55 shares, but let's go ahead and get these taps up, okay? And while we at it, go ahead and hit that heart me. Go ahead and follow the host if you ain't already done so, okay? Go ahead and hit her up with those challenges. She got some challenges, okay? go ahead and hit her up with those lives and make it good. All right. We live up in here tonight with Love's World. Okay. Shout out to everybody up in here. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the audience that's up in here. Thank y'all again for the shares. Let's go ahead and double it up. Okay. I don't know how long she's been on tonight, but she is on tonight. Okay, y'all. Let's go ahead and get it up here. I feel like she's been up here for a while, to be honest with you. That's what it feels like to me. But we need to go ahead and get on our jobs here, okay, y'all? Thank y'all for coming through, okay? I wish I could smile for y'all tonight, but I am dog
I'm on the
tired.
phone.
But I'm not too tired to come up in here and tell y'all need to go ahead and get these likes up, y'all. Thank y'all very much. And once again, y'all, go ahead and put your paws on it. Go ahead and lean on it. Go ahead and get your grandma's fingers and tell her to go ahead and tap it up for me, grandma. Go ahead and do that, okay? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Nisi Fly. Shout out to my brother KD and Petty. I see y'all down here, okay, y'all? Thank y'all so much. Yeah, she has new glasses. She got new mics. She got new background. She got new desk. She got new nails. She got new teeth. I mean, she did. Y'all see where the money going, okay? Y'all is money well spent, okay? She's doing it for y'all because she wants to be a better host every single day, better than yesterday, y'all. So thank y'all for coming in and thank y'all for being who you are. Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you,
And
mister.
yeah, I will be back. Go ahead, love.
I said thank you.
No, no problem. Yeah, and I will be back to put my foot on these tethers neck like Sheree. How you doing, Sheree? You need to go ahead and don't hide from me, okay, man? I'm gonna come and get you. Don't worry. You're on my list. I just beat up your boy Revenue earlier today, okay? Tell him to ask about me, okay, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah,
All
good
right,
to
good
see you.
night.
Good to see you. Yeah.
All right, y'all.
You're muted.
Okay, so Remy, you went. Well, that guy went. Oh, Petty, it's your turn. You want to address the prompt?
Yes. So it's basically saying like, what's the issues that different people have with Black Americans, right? Um, you know what I think it is? I think it's the fact that Black Americans have, our ancestors have achieved so much in this land. You know, they built the first world country, one of the most powerful first world countries of all time, by their hands, by their intelligence, you know, all the innovations and stuff. And I think that causes jealousy in other groups of people. I think this is why some groups of people respond the way that they do, is out of pure jealousy. You know, I think a lot of them wish they had our place. I think, like I said, a lot of the jealousy is like, dang, you guys had ancestors that built and sacrificed for you guys to thrive today. But when some of these folks look at what their ancestors did, their ancestors ain't built nothing for them. And they coming from decrepit villages and, run down countries and stuff. So I think it's definitely a lot of jealousy, that just the richness of America because of Black Americans, the innovation, the culture. Everybody want to be like us. They say we have main character syndrome. We are the main characters in this damn story. Y'all ain't figured that out yet. We are the main characters. I think y'all just need to learn that we're the main characters, and you're in our story. So we're not going. This is the thing. Some of us are traveling to other countries, but not in masses. Most of us are here in our homeland. We're not going to other people's countries trying to play the main character in somebody else's story. Other people are coming to our land trying to be main characters in our story. That's the weird part about it. They want to be main characters. They want us to give them some shine and some light. But listen, it's all about respect. At the end of the day, you come to our homeland and respect us, we ain't gonna have no issues. But if you come here disrespectful, we gonna have all the issues, all the smoke. Straight up. I'll land there.
Okay, thank you, Petty. Anybody have a rebuttal for Petty?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Remy, go first.
So, yeah, again, I mean, he said it himself. It is the main character syndrome, right? Because you literally think that an entire group of people, there's 1.5 billion Africans. You think they wake up and they think about you and they want to be you and they're jealous of you. Most people are not doing that. They don't have time for that. Most people have their own culture, have their own languages. 99.9% of Africans live in Africa, right? Same with Caribbeans. There's like 2 million, 4 million of us. But if we want to talk about jealousy, it's not us who are always trying to compete with you. Like you just heard the last gentleman that spoke that had a problem because the NFL drafted somebody that was African. They didn't have a problem when they drafted a Samoan guy. Right. Last year they did the same thing. They have an international program. But anytime they see another black person from another land accomplish something, it's a problem because it's like a competition, crab in a barrel type of mentality. We don't need to compete. We can all be great. It's all good.
I want to ask Petty a question.
You want to ask who a question?
Petty.
So what, you want to rebut something he said?
Yeah, yeah.
I normally don't do that because you should have said it in the beginning, but I'll go. You can go after Sheree. No, you can go. Sheree probably want to be last anyway. First, you got to let Petty respond to what Remy just said. Go ahead, Petty. I see you, Tennessee. As soon as I rotate the stage. Go ahead,
You
Petty.
know, again, like I said, you know, he say that they don't think about us and all this. It's always them making comparisons to us. It's always them trying to find a way to down degrade our lineage. You know, trying to call our ancestors slaves and all this other stuff. They trying to like, you know, tear us down and build them a stool to stand on. You know, that's exactly what they're trying to do. And we're just not having it. See, the thing about it is if you come, you know, you come to us the wrong way, you know, you're going to get checked. Point blank, period. You know, we're not going to let you tear us down. And we're not going to let you tell false history either. So, like I said, you come with respect, you get respect. You come with the smoke, we're going to give it to you more than you can get, more than you gave it to us. Trust and believe that. Trust it. It can get real. I'm going to let it.
All right, women, Jay. Go ahead, Ricardo.
Hey, Petty. You ever travel outside the United States, or you ever travel to any of these countries you're talking about?
Yes,
Because
I
I
have.
used to think the way,
Yes, I
which
have.
country you travel to? Which one?
Nigeria, Cuba, Jamaica.
You
I've been
travel
to
to
a few.
Nigeria, and you said Nigeria is not a good country, or it doesn't look good. It's all in shambles. What part of Nigeria you travel to?
I've been to Banana Island. I've been to a few places, but it's
Okay, if you've been to Banana Island or Victoria Island, and
the
you're going to,
the country the country is what's the word for it? The politics, like you guys government don't do nothing for your country.
no,
That's the
don't say you
truth.
guys, because I'm not from Nigeria. I visited there before, but I'm not from there. I'm from Jamaica. But the way you talk is like all
And
of Nigeria
I
is in a
didn't dish
shamble.
Jamaica. I didn't dish Jamaica either. But I'm just
No,
telling
no,
you.
no, no, no. I traveled to. I know that, but I'm saying I traveled to Nigeria because I used to think the way you think before I traveled to Nigeria. And when I went to Nigeria, it blew my mind, and I was saying, "Wow, You know, I'd have to take pictures. I was on WhatsApp showing everyone on Nigeria look and stuff like that. And I used to think the same way you think. And the other guy who make a comment talking about the draft, it doesn't make sense what he said. Because the Nigerian guy don't have nothing to do with the draft.
You
Because they
gonna have to
draft
wait,
other.
Ricardo. You gonna have to wait your
Oh, sorry
turn.
about that.
You
Sorry about that.
yeah. Go ahead, Petty. You want the final say, or you want to go straight to Sheree?
I just say, yes, there are Black Americans that do travel to different countries. The goal is not to downplay other people's ways of life, but the problem with tethers like Remy and Sheree is they come with a lot of disrespect. So you disrespecting our lineage, you disrespecting the land that our ancestors are buried in. So you're gonna get some smoke. Like I said, you could point. You think you could point out things that's wrong with our people, but we could point out a million things that's wrong with you. So don't cry about it. If you come in with that type of energy, you know, you come with that type. You come with disrespect, you're gonna get it back. You can get it back 20 times more than you gave it. That's just facts. So like I said, the goal ain't to tear down other people, but you see the Africans, what they did, they centered themselves. I wasn't even talking about just melanated people. I was talking about all different types of people look at us a certain way, but they centered themselves.
Thank you, Petty. Sheree, go ahead.
Right. I mean, like Remy said, right? Because these people don't travel, they don't realize that most Africans are in Africa. It's just like 1% that are outside Africa. They don't know that, right? Because they don't travel. And the Black Americans that do travel, when they went, you can ask them. We were just getting out of slavery, but they will tell you how developed we're getting. We're getting somewhere. Instead of waiting for our government to give us free food stamps, no, we are go getters. We go and get it. We don't sit and we go and earn it. And that's why we are the most hardworking people on earth. We just matching your energy. We don't disrespect. I know
Okay, land
Africans.
your plane.
As Africans, we don't. I mean, I know Africans. We don't disrespect first, but you guys do it and then turn and become the victims. That's what you guys do.
All right, thank you,
And I land
Sheree.
here.
Thank you, Sheree.
Loves,
So,
can I say something? Can I
yeah.
ask Sheree a question?
Mm-hmm.
Sheree, you talking about y'all go-getters. What the hell are y'all going to get? You don't even have jobs over there. And the
I mean,
jobs that you get are only paying $2 or something, or you probably only making a hundred and something dollars maybe a month. You don't make money over there. The money
mhm.
that you make are connections from America. Everything that you guys are doing is connected with, it has something to do with America. You guys don't have opportunity in jobs like that. So what exactly are you getting? What are you getting?
Wait. So you done? You done with your
Wait,
question?
my
Are you
ass.
done?
You heard what I just said. Answer my question. What are you
All right,
getting?
keep quiet. When you ask question, you
Don't
keep
tell me to
quiet.
keep quiet. I'm not your
Are
wife
you
or
okay?
your mother.
Are you okay? You just ask a
I'm
question.
fine.
Just
Answer
keep.
my question.
All right, shut up. Let me answer.
Don't tell me to shut up. Tell your mama to shut up.
You. I mean, I know you have mental issues, so
Like I
listen.
said, answer my question.
Shut up. Let me answer you.
No, you shut up.
Are you okay?
Answer my question, Sheree. Either that or pass the mic to one of your fellow Africans, because I asked the
Listen.
question
Now
and
I
I
believe.
feel like
Now
it was
listen.
a very
But you are
valid
talking.
question.
How can I answer you then?
Answer it.
Now I believe that your mom did powder. I mean, your brains are not right. I swear
Excuse
to
me?
God, your parents
Excuse
did
Okay,
powder.
Sheree, you want to get
They did powder
Wait a
disrespectful?
because
minute.
I can
Hold
get
because you
on.
don't think
disrespectful
Okay,
right.
too.
Sheree, we're
Because you
gonna
don't
let
think
you
right.
go for a minute so you can
Because you
cool down. What the hell? Okay, thank you. Patty,
Lord.
you want to, no,
Cause I was about to eat Sheree up. Cause
Yo, that's crazy, dog.
I want to know, like,
Ray was
what
fighting for his life. He had to go there, huh?
he had to. But I wanted to know, like, and on some all seriousness, I'm being serious. He's talking about we go getters. There's no jobs there and no opportunity. How are you getting anything? What are they getting?
I don't know what
Exactly.
I don't know
And
what
that's
source
my point.
I don't know
That's
what
There's
source
no
of news
jobs.
I don't know
that's
what
the
source of
point.
news you're using, but
No, I don't
again,
need a source of news, honey. I know what's going on over there, and I know for sure you guys reach
um,
out and use
so
America as an outlet to make money there. Either you're transporting cars from America to Africa to make money. That's a big business there. I want you to, you guys are doing some kind of scamming or fraud or something
ma'am,
online and
I
using
know you
American
like
bank accounts. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear the
okay.
truth. Tell the truth. Don't sit here talking
Right
about y'all
now,
go getters because that's a lie.
okay, let me make it very simple since you have your own beliefs clearly. I don't know where you
No,
get
I
it from.
know what's going on.
Would you mind if somebody else speaks for a second? Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So again, I get that you have your beliefs, but I'm gonna make it very simple with one statement. As we speak, the richest men, the richest
Oh
businessmen,
man, be quiet.
Answer my
We
question.
keep
What is
saying
the
the
would you
same
average
would you
shit.
citizen
would
over there
you
doing
do you
day to day
guys
to make it?
do you
What
guys
is an
have
average citizen over there doing on a
do
day
you
to day
do you
to make
guys
money? That is my question.
do you guys have a problem with somebody else speaking?
Answer my question. Stop dancing around it. Answer the
What
question.
I would like to
He
do
probably
is
ain't
to
gonna
speak.
answer it. We gotta move
No,
on.
I'm gonna answer, but how
Yeah,
can I
he just
answer
tap dancing. He
every
tap
time I
dancing.
Hey,
speak,
can I
they speak.
address?
So you guys speak
Yeah,
over
hold
people
on.
and
Wait a minute.
pretend.
Wait a minute, Remy. Hold on. Where you from, Chris?
Shout out to the panel. Shout out to
Where
Miss
you
World.
from?
I'm from Oklahoma.
Okay, well, so what you want to do? Address the prompt?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wait a minute. You gotta wait till your turn. Hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
We gonna get it to moving. All right, it's Katie's turn. Hey, Katie.
What's going on, Love's World? How you doing, Queen?
I'm doing good, King. Thanks for your patience.
No, no doubt,
Thank
no doubt.
everybody for their patience. You want to go ahead and address the prompt? I know you're on the road.
Yep. Peace to the bloodline on the panel. Um, what's the real issue? The real issue is boundaries. That's what it is at the end of the day. The real issue is boundaries. Boundaries not being respected, and in part, it's partially our fault. The so-called African American is low key our fault for one being so welcoming, and then two buying so heavily into the lost people narrative, the lost African, or the lost whatever you want to refer to us as some people who have to Sankofa or go back and get something that was, stolen from us, as opposed to living in the present and reveling in the great people that we have become due to our resilience and our experience here in America. And whatever narrative one wants to go with. If you want to say no, none of us came through the transatlantic slave trade, all of us were indigenous, or if you want to say no, most of us came through the slave trade and we were taken from Africa. However you want to flip it, as it stands right now, due to our experience and our WAR against colonialism and racism, white supremacy, we have truly indeed become our own people, and we need to be recognized as such. But when you got the whole lost African or the lost people narrative, like a metaphor that I always use is the lost and found. When people steal out of the lost and found all the time. Now, I don't know about y'all, but to keep that from happening, what my mother used to do when I was a little boy is she would write my name or my initials on the tag of my jacket or on the tag of my lunchbox or whatever have you, to keep people from stealing something that may belong to me. And that's what delineation is about, and our identifying ourselves as foundational Black American does. We are writing our name on our tag for our identity. so that way nobody can dip into it and try to take credit for something that don't belong to them. And with the last few seconds, I'll use another metaphor. People have an issue with foundational Black Americans, the so-called African American, practicing self-determination and identifying ourselves, because it brings a whole new sense of pride. We like that. I know I gotta land soon. We like a pretty girl in school who didn't know or realize just how pretty she was until, you know, somebody made her to realize it. So she started carrying herself a different way, and now because she's carrying herself a different way, other people are getting jealous who she thought was her friends, you know. But with that, I'll land.
Have
Shout
everybody.
out to that. Hold on, Remy. Hey, KD1. You got a YouTube channel?
I do.
Can you give your YouTube information?
Yes, it's called Bloodline Business with KD1, and with is W/. I actually just started it. It's Bloodline Business with KD1.
And they can find you on TikTok at KD1. Okay,
Yep.
shout out to you, KD. Remy, he got a rebuttal, and anybody else? We just gonna do one rebuttal, y'all, and then we gonna move it so we can get through the panel. We ain't gonna be on here too much longer. Go ahead, Remy.
Yeah. I think again, all of
Thanks
this.
for the gifts, y'all. Sorry, Remy. Go
No,
ahead.
no, you're fine. I think again, this is a lot of the things are based in belief and not in actual truth, right? Like when people say Africa has no history, Africa has no jobs, you can find out easily. Saying people are jealous of you, that's a belief. Most people, not even just us, most people don't wake up and think about other people. They're trying to accomplish something for themselves in life, right? And if there are people who are jealous, that's on an individual basis. There could be an African who's jealous of you, but it doesn't mean all Africans are jealous of you, right? And as far as delineating being your own, I thought that already happened. African American people have their own history, they have their own culture, their own music, right? So saying your FBA does not change that, does not add anything. It does not take away or add anything, right? You were already delineated as far as we're concerned. You're specific, you're a specific person.
Okay. Now you're playing Remy and Petty. I'm gonna rotate y'all down, and so we can rotate the people out the queue and wrap up the show. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you, sister.
You're welcome. Come back, Petty, anytime.
Can I say something real quick, Loves?
Go ahead.
Okay, I come up here and I kind of get aggressive with them like that because number one, they're not used to a woman talking to them or having a voice. That is not American culture. We have a voice, and you're not going to silence a woman over here. Secondly, I just asked him a simple question like, okay, so if you guys have jobs and opportunity there, why come to America? That is my question. But every time I seem to ask a question, they always dance around my question. And it's like, oh, is anybody going to answer my question? So if there's jobs and opportunity there and you have a career set, or if you have a career, why not stay and work and build up Africa? Why are you coming here? That's what I don't understand.
Okay. Shout out to that. Ricardo, you wanna huh?
I just want to address the prompt.
But you know it's people in front of you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're gonna just try to move it as quickly as possible. Hey, Ricardo, do you mind if Tennessee can come so I can let him address the prompt and we can rotate?
Yeah, he could go ahead.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead, Tennessee.
Thank you, Ricardo. Hey, check this out. It says different roots, one people. We are all one people. But as a black man, in my whole life, it's only 3 haters on this whole planet.
HATER, HATES, I love TikTok shop. Go ahead.
It's only three kinds of people that ever stood in front of me. And you got to kind of dodge these people. But they're your kind. Two of them are your kind, and one of them ain't. So we got the YT. That's first and foremost. Boom. That goes without even saying. Then we got your own kind of person, your own person looking you in your eye. And they do the same thing. Not saying that they're the same as you, you know what I'm saying, feeling wise, anything, but the same person that looks just like you in the same situations as you will stab you in the back. And then we got the black man foreigner, the one that y'all was just all over, that kind of guy right there. These guys cannot stand us for the life of them. And I don't even understand what's going on here. Now, see, it's a manipulation here going on, and everybody's falling for it. Everybody's falling for it. And the only person that's going to downfall from all of this is the same skin colored people. YT people don't do this to people. Everybody melanated on this planet cannot stand another melanated person. And that goes without even saying. You just look at them and you be like, oh man, I can't even stand him, or I can't even stand her. And we all the same person. We're all the same being. So then, with that being said, if we was to all unite, because we do outnumber everybody else on this planet. The melanated people outnumber everyone else on this planet.
You talking about if we was all unite? Who you talking about?
All the melanated people.
Okay, go
Anybody
ahead.
that got a skin, anybody that has a
Okay, you
brown
got
skin
land your
pigmentation,
plane too.
everybody that has a brown skin pigmentation on this planet has been affected by one of us. Everybody sitting in this room.
Okay, land your plane.
I mean, I landed right there.
Okay, anybody have a rebuttal for Tennessee?
I
Yep, I
do.
got one.
Okay, go ahead. American, go ahead. You get the final say. Please let them finish, and then you get the last say. Go ahead.
Unite and do what? What benefit is it to us? What personal what will we
We
gain?
could have a bigger Black Wall Street if we all just united.
Wait a minute,
Why
Tennessee. You gotta
when
let her
these
land,
people
then
are
you can
selfish,
respond.
when these people are selfish, hell to the gnaw. Are you crazy? Do you see what's happening in this country with these selfish ass people? Are you serious? So you want us to unite with our enemies? You are the type of person that is dangerous in our community. Listening to you will definitely send us into a burning house. We have been in the burning house with them. They are leeches. They are liars. They lack accountability. And they're disrespectful, and they don't like you, don't like your black son, and don't like your black daughters, and don't like your black wives. Why in the world would we want to be around a group of people and want to be around a group of people and unite with a group of people that don't like you? They're no different than the white T man. They
Okay.
don't like you.
All right, land your plane. Go ahead. You can respond, Tennessee. Come off mic, Tennessee. Hello.
I said, you are not
You got
any
to
different.
go
You are
ahead.
not any different because you don't like them back. You don't like their kids back. You don't like their mama back. Now, what is negativity against negativity? What is that gonna solve? Especially with your own people. You got the wrong. You picking the wrong fight.
So you think Africans is the Black American? You think
I'm
that's
not
African?
one bit African.
But what
My
would you
mama,
mean your own people?
my mama is a black woman from Panama, and
I
my
ain't
daddy,
asking. You said
my
your
dad,
mama is a
my
black
dad,
woman from where?
Panama.
Panama.
Yes.
Always the buy
Oh,
evidence.
okay.
And my daddy was a black man from Virginia. And my great great granny, the little bit of time that I did spend with her, she didn't mention about her people coming over on no boat. She didn't mention about her people coming over on no boat. And I think she was just old enough to at least know that bit of information.
All right, we're gonna land your plane so you can get to your next rebuttal. Go ahead,
Okay.
Automated.
All right. How you doing, love? Appreciate you having me up again
Hey,
as usual.
Automated.
So Tennessee, you had said a couple things, man, that I just like. First of all, you said that we are all one people. No, the hell we not. Okay. And then you said we all need to unite because we're all one people. No, the hell we're not. I seen something today, and I'm gonna land after I say this. I seen something today. I be following a lot of politics, global politics, shit like that. For the first time in a long time, probably ever, I seen another group of melanated people on this planet that was willing to burn their city down because one of their own had harmed a child. I could have swore up and down I was looking at foundational Black Americans, but in reality, that was some daggone Australians down there in Australia. And you can look it up right now. They trying to get into the jail right now. They were beating this dude down the street. Police had to get his ass up off the street, drag him to the jail. They trying to break the jail down right now to get that man out there that street so they can finish the job because he touched a child. Them the only type of people I'm trying to unite with, bruh. Ain't no other melanated people on this planet that's going around here and freely protecting their children. So until we can prove that, I'm gonna land my plane.
Go ahead. You can respond, Tennessee.
You know where we at, right? Let's not forget where we at.
Where
And
we at?
I'll land the plane. I'll land the plane right there.
What you
Hell,
mean by that, though?
you need to what?
Where? What you mean by that?
You need to understand why we can't get busy like that. You need to understand why we can't get busy like that.
Who came? You
Disagree,
We
brother.
talking
need
We
to
had
let
to
a
we need to
got
let
busy
we
like
had a
that?
guy that hold on a second. We had a
I'm
guy that got
sorry.
unalived in a prison 2 weeks ago. The moment he got convicted that they're gonna unalive a child, he didn't even make it to the damn final cell. They unalived that dude in the holding cell. We get down like that, and so far there's only one group of people I've seen that get down like that too, and it's some Australians.
And I was about to say
and
too, who
it's real deal aborigine over.
and what I
So I
was
mean,
about to say too, what you mean we can't get down? Your scary ass can't get down like that because I know some real
we
black men
busy.
that are official that will die behind theirs in their communities. They will die behind it. They will
A
unalive
lot.
behind it.
Especially
Sure
somebody
will.
touch your child. What you mean?
That's
Can't
what
get
I'm
no
saying. I
life?
don't
No,
talking about some
we
with.
ain't talking about that level of situation now.
So what are you talking?
You talking about that? You talking about that kind of level of
That's
situation? You
what
touch
he was
my
just
child, I
talking
mean,
about.
I'm gonna get at you. I'm gonna
That's what
get
he
you.
was just
I
talking
mean,
about.
bottom line, period, point blank. But the Aboriginal people are doing this,
So you
and
don't see no issue.
their government is not our government.
Wait a minute, Tennessee. So you don't know, you don't see the issue between Black Americans and other immigrant groups. You don't think it's a problem here.
They don't got the same structure that we held. They don't got
You
the
say
same
what? I'm
structure
talking
that we
about the
live.
ones
They
here
don't
in the
got the same.
United
They don't
States.
got the same guidelines that we live by, and everybody here agreed to it. So I mean,
They
we could
agreed to
throw that
what?
out the window.
Wait, everybody here agreed to what?
Every black person in this country right now that voted for Donald Trump is absolutely, I'm talking about, man, regretting what they did. And then,
Who?
You a
and
lie. I
even
don't
back
regret
in
my
the
vote. Better
I
day,
don't
speak for
regret
even
yourself.
back
anything.
in the day, some of these agreements that they agreed to, they got lied to, they got bamboozled, they got faked. And then when they signed all their names on that dotted line for that situation, man, and then when the situation got worse and worse and worse and worse. And now here we are today, hating each other.
HATE. You
No, I'm
okay?
sorry. I'm sorry.
Shout
I'm
out to
sorry. I'm
you.
sorry.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Revenue. What you think about what he just said? Do you know Revenue, Tennessee?
You said who? Do I know revenue?
Right here in the gold shirt, down here at the bottom. You know, y'all know each other.
No.
Oh, Revenue. What you think about what Tennessee just said about the unity?
Yeah, I think we should unite with African Americans. I think we already unite with African Americans. We have
Not Black Americans, Tennessee. Not FBA's Tennessee. Only the African Americans.
I'm not an
Yeah,
African American because I was born in America.
I think that's the only people we have been united with is African Americans. As far as people of the diaspora,
American though. Why do we keep saying African American when I'm an American?
well, that's what you know. The people we have been historically aligned with is African Americans. We had never been united with Negro Americans.
Colored,
We
black, none of them.
we have never been
I'm
united.
not a Negro American. A
Negro Americans
Negro
are the
was a
people that
mispronounced
come from the
word that just
Boule
rolled through.
class, which I think possibly FBA descent from, like the A.
Wait
Philip
a minute.
Randolphs,
Hold
the Bayard
on.
Rustins.
Wait a minute,
Uh,
Revenue. Did you say what you say about the Negro of Tennessee?
Man, it was a mispronounced word that just kept going and going and going.
You don't know the history of the Negro?
Man, the real word is negro, and it means black.
But do
It
you
means
know the
black.
history of the
When the
Negro
white
here?
person can't pronounce, when the white T person can't pronounce something, do you
Lord
not
Jesus.
understand that it goes a long way? They just keep saying it and keep saying it and keep saying it, just like the Nigger word.
That is some crazy
It
work.
was once, it was once, it was once pronounced in a different way. But then when the YT man got a hold of it, then all of a sudden it turned into something
So you
disrespectful.
don't come from Negroes?
Hey, you
He
just
come
need
from a Panamanian. That's why he
Yeah,
worships
that's what it
YT.
sounds like to me.
go to context. Go to context. They put these definitions in your dictionary just so you'd believe it.
Lord.
Hey,
Okay.
that wasn't even one of their words. How
All
was that one
right.
of their words?
Who next? Let me see. We're gonna get to
I mean,
who is that?
I think
so
Loves, you know what? Another thing that I noticed, I think that we need to bring real men back because real men are protectors and providers. I don't know what's going on with this generation of men that are afraid, but I remember even back in the 60s and the 70s, even our children, our Negro boy children would stand up against YT supremacy, and they weren't afraid at all. They weren't afraid at all. They would stand up and they would be loud and they would let the world hear them come up against this YT supremacy. And they knew that they were looking at being hung and all and everything else, all kind of atrocities coming to them and their families. And they had no fear at all because their objective was to protect and provide. Even a little boy, I saw a video of these two little Negro boys. They looked like they were about 10 and 11, and they were standing up in the 60s and the 70s up against, speaking loud and clear with these YT supremacy men. They would stand up. What is going on with our men? What is wrong with y'all? What do you mean you scared? Do you know where we at? We all
But
know where
you know
we at.
he's Panamanian
Well, he
American.
needs to go home. It's time to pack it up, buddy, and let a real man take the floor. You shouldn't even be up here speaking for
So,
any or
so I
trying to
should be up here.
represent a
So I
black.
should
I
be
don't
up
know
here
what
dying.
you're trying to
So
do,
I should be up here
but you
dying for
shouldn't. You
something
can't
that you
even. You
believe
can't
in.
even represent for the diaspora at
So,
this part because I don't know not a
so
scared
I'm
black
not.
man.
So I'm not a black
A
man.
lot of y'all, a lot of
So
them are
every
scared, but you
nigga up
just
here,
talk
I
like
don't
you
give a
just
damn if they
defeated,
say it out
like
their
you
mouth.
just defeated
Every
and
nigga up
underneath
here
white
swear.
supremacy's
Every day
feet.
they step out
You
that
just
door,
speak like
they got some
the
type
words
of
of
motherfucking fear.
a defeated, hopeless person, and that's
Mm,
just sad to see. I heard defeat when you spoke, sir.
mm,
That's what I heard. A
mm.
broken spirit, a spirit of defeat. Maybe you need to go back home.
Where is home?
Panama.
Mm. That ain't where I was born at. It's not where I was born at.
You don't represent us.
That's where
He
your
does
genetics
not. He
come.
is not a
Not where I was
representation of a
born
real
at.
black man. I'm sorry, you're not. You
I'm
you
not a
just don't
black
have
man.
it, honey. You
I'm
I
not,
don't know.
I'm
You
not
don't
a
have
black
it.
man. Cause I
You
ain't
don't.
no
You sound a
hooting
little
and
back
hollering
broken or something. You don't have it.
and just being all
Don't
out
sit
belligerent.
over there and turn y'all around and bench y'all people over. Them your people
Mm-hmm.
with that Panama Canal.
Them your same people
Them
that
your
sailed
people.
over here on an
Them your people.
imaginary boat.
Them are
They
your
sailed
people,
over
and
here on an
you
imaginary
owned your
boat
own people.
for
You
a
disowned your
million
You
own
mean to
people.
people.
tell
A
me if somebody
million
did some
people sailed
harm
over here
or
on an
some
Wait a
type
minute,
of
imaginary boat,
American.
injustice?
Let the
and
men
we
talk.
can't
Let the
find the
men
boats.
talk.
We can't find the boats.
You've
We
disowned
can't
your
find the
own
same
people.
boat. We can't find not
Hey,
one boat
man.
that an
Hey,
African
man. Say,
American
man, you
came in.
disowned your own
We
people. You
can't
trash.
find not one of them.
You're trash.
We cannot find not one of them. We
You're
can't find one
trash.
boat.
We not African.
We're not African.
Of
So
course.
why are we
So why you
called
keep saying
African
our people?
Americans?
So why you keep saying our people?
Why? Because you're an American too.
I'm talking about the immigrants. They are not our people, and you're not neither. You're bi ethnic. And there's
Thank
always
you.
people with the other parent that got
What?
something to say and speak just like you speak. I'm so tired of y'all. I can't
So
wait till
so
y'all go
so
home. You
so
need to
black
go
people.
find
So
that boat
black
that you
people
think you
didn't
came
inhabit
on
this
and
whole
sail right
planet.
across
Listen,
that
listen,
So
goddamn
black
ocean.
people weren't the first
listen,
beings
listen,
here.
listen, listen,
So
listen.
black
I
people
don't
weren't the
listen.
first
Hold on,
first
bro. Hold on.
educated
Hold on,
beings
hold
on
on,
this
hold on,
planet.
hold on. Listen, listen.
That's what you
See,
finna tell me.
this goes back a long way. Now, I don't know who really, and I'm gonna take this back kind of to the Bible. I don't know who really wrote the Bible, but even in the Bible said that there were different shades of black people. You had Moses, who was not an African. He walked into Egypt
Definitely wasn't.
and blended in with them people. So listen, what I'm saying is this: just because we have the same type of skin tone, don't make them our people. So quit saying that these people are our people.
So
We look
white
totally different.
white tea people is your people too then. So they
No,
ain't got no skin pigmentation, period. Point
no,
blank,
them are not
period.
our
Them and your
my
people.
no, my people are the black Americans that's foundationally built this country up. Those are these are my people. The people that's buried in the ground for centuries. Those are my people. My people are not over there across
Do you not
the pond.
understand? There were
No,
people
no, no.
before
Stop,
your
stop.
people.
My people
Your
are not
people
over there.
had people
My
before
people are
you.
not over across the fucking Atlantic Ocean on another fucking
What?
continent. Those are not my people.
So you can't
Period.
find your bloodline anywhere on
My
this planet.
bloodline is here.
Mm. So where did your bloodline produce from?
Here.
Where did you no
Here.
way, bruh. No way, bruh. Are you finna tell me that your bloodline ain't all over this planet?
My bloodline is right here in this country, right here on this soil.
So everybody besides black Americans so docile that they think it was only one phenotype in America, the only continent with one phenotype because the YT man said it. So black Americans, the only people who got brains enough to think for themselves, huh? That's what it's starting to seem like. Because every one of you black immigrants that come over here, it's like y'all can't think without the y'all YT daddy telling y'all what it was. Use common sense. Ain't nobody moved no 12.5 million people in no 1700s.
That's what I'm
Impossible across the
saying.
damn ocean.
Through the
You can't
sub-Saharan
even feed
through the
that many
sub-Saharan
people, bruh.
desert at that. Through the sub-Saharan desert, they traveling on camel, walking through the sub-Saharan desert. Come on, bro, make it make sense. Where is the food coming from for all of these people that's traveling? These millions of people that's traveling across the. Where's the food
Wait
coming
a
from?
minute,
These
big
people gonna die.
showstopper. And how much that water weighed to hydrate all those millions of people? How much did
What?
that water weigh?
Thank you. The math ain't mathing. And I'm sick of these pan goofy African people trying to make that mad, and it never will, because it never happened. They fed y'all bullshit, and y'all accepted the bullshit. And you, buddy, Tennessee, I don't even know why you got that name. You ain't even from here.
You
Your people from
crazy,
somewhere else.
crazy and a fool. Born and raised.
Your mama is not even from this. Your mama not even from this country, dog.
Born and
If I have a
raised.
child in China, is he gonna be Chinese? Because that's what you sound like.
Exactly what you sound like.
You're not
Okay.
making no sense.
All right. Automatic. You got something to say?
I want to answer the prompt.
I
I ain't
think
get to
Soul
answer
Yep.
the
Food was
prompt.
before me.
So who is that? So who
Soul
wanna
Food.
answer the
Yeah, let
part?
me ask. So
Go
for
ahead, so
So the problem is it's weak men like Tennessee and others, but the real problem is Pan-Africanism, right? We have listened for years to this BS Afrobeat song called Pan-Africanism, right? The idea that a mystical bond of skin color should dictate our politics, our loyalty, and our future is kind of idiotic. But let me tell you right now, it's nothing but a romantic illusion that will never work. What is race? Race is nothing but a convenient fiction and a social construct made up by the colonizer, the slave owners, the ones who did the hideous things to your people, right? Even if you change the color of a man's skin, the machinery of jealousy and exploitation ain't gonna do nothing but find a new gear, right? The Pan-Africanists sell you black skin as a solution. But history shows us that skin color is no safeguard against tyranny and especially jealousy. I dare anybody to type a kata or any other disparaging word that these melanated people use against us on any social media platform and see how long and how disrespectful these black skinned Caucasians been talking ish about us for years, right? We, the American Negro, not African and never been. We are a unique product of this world, and we are the chosen ones, right? Our standard of living, our language, our political traditions are American. We built this country, and our fate is to fight for our rights within it, not to abandon it for some utopian empire on a continent whose culture barriers we cannot cross nor understand. On a continent full of human traffickers with no morals or no balls to call out the people who do the most egregious things you can think of. So let us discard this racial romanticism. Let us stop obsessing over the color of our skin and start focusing on our lineage. FBA, American Indian, Moors, Hebrew Israelites, whatever you want to call ourselves. And let's stop binding ourselves to this global racial BS identity. Unshackle ourselves from this sentiment dogma. And remember, a person's loyalty belongs to the principles of his country, his people, and not by his goddamn pigmentation. And I land.
Can I reply to that?
Yeah.
Can I address the prompt?
Who is that, Chris? Chris?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
didn't. Okay, you didn't address the prompt. We'll get to you next. Well, wait. So you went. It wasn't your turn.
No, it
I,
got rebuttals. The revenue is a rebuttal.
yeah, I know. Go ahead, Revenue. Hold on, Chris. You can go after Soul, cause I skipped you. Go ahead, Revenue.
Yeah, so he said that Pan Africanism is the problem. I guess he's a foundational Black American. So let's compare what foundational Black Americans are doing for their people, and let's compare what Pan Africanism is doing for Black Americans. FBA has no banks. FBA's has no programs. FBA's hasn't accomplished anything. Now let's compare it to what Pan-Africanism has accomplished. Black Americans celebrate Black American history that was started by a Pan-African. Marcus Garvey alone opened more businesses in Harlem than any FBA has done since 2019 when it was started. Let's compare some of the leaders in the civil rights movement. Malcolm X, Pan-African. What is FBA doing? We just seen Pan-African just get a win at the UN. Getting slavery, being a crime against humanity. FBA claimed they're about reparations.
And your
I haven't
turn.
seen nothing. I haven't seen nothing done. So you can't even compare Pan-Africanism, what it has got done for Black people in America versus what FBA has done. Nothing.
Okay, go ahead. Final say so.
I'm so tired of you immigrants coming over here trying to dissect our lineage like you gonna separate FBA from Black Americans. Who is you to separate and say what FBA have done? Though everybody you name is FBA. I don't give a damn what the hell any one of you say. They all FBA. So don't try to break our lineage down into certain groups. We all that. We FBA, we Black Americans, we Negroes, we American Indians, we Hebrew Israelites, we Moors, we everything you can name. Everything, every name we got, that's who we is. And you not finna come over here and break us apart like we some damn Lego set or something. I don't know what the hell y'all be thinking. We don't go to y'all countries and tell y'all who y'all is. We don't go to y'all countries and do the Marcus Garvey. You get what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you that's one of the person you probably look up to, Marcus Garvey, the scammer. You know, the one who our people had get kicked out this country, just like we trying to do you and your descendants.
Shout out to you. So, all right, go ahead, Chris. You want to address the prompt?
Yes, ma'am. Can I be heard?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to you, Miss World. This is a lovely panel. My name is Chris. I'm from the great state of Oklahoma. And what I feel like the issue is foundational Black Americans. Let me explain. I'm a foundational Black American from the great state of Oklahoma. What it is that I honestly feel that the foundational Black American is not on code. Every time I get on TikTok and I scroll up on these panels, it is nothing but vile criticism to a group of people who had nothing. How can I explain it? The descendants currently right now, the ones who are living, they honestly didn't know that they sold us over here to America.
Chris,
Okay?
let me stop you. Let me just ask
Yes,
you
ma'am.
something real quick. You say every time you scroll up on the panel, you talking about nonsense coming from FBA?
Yes, ma'am. In a
Okay,
way.
so you gonna just negate the fact of you ain't never heard other people say anything? I done been called I done been called so many things. You don't hear what these people say?
I understand that. I
But what?
understand that.
But what?
But, okay, FBA, Foundation of Black Americans,
No,
unfortunately,
you understand it, but what?
we do not have a code of conduct.
Do they?
There are, listen to me. Hear me out.
No, because if it's gonna be a one-sided thing and you claim to be a Black American, I can't have that because I do these panels just about every night, and
I understand.
they get it that these people come on my panel and say call us slaves and all other kind of stuff. We ain't never
I
get no
understand.
reparation. You couldn't go ahead. I want to hear you. I'm gonna give you more time because I want to hear this.
I understand.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
there are people in this world that knows how powerful we have been, not only to this country, but to the world. Every innovation from anything that you can think of, we have been the forefront of that. There are people that get up on these panels that trigger foundational Black Americans, and y'all fall for it. Y'all get into the mud with these
What you
people.
suggest we do?
Listen,
Hey,
build,
it's great content.
yes, ma'am, build with the people who wants to be
And people
built
doing that.
with.
And
And
people
I
doing that.
understand that.
And people
I
building
understand
with
that.
people building like-minded people building. People from other countries hold spaces every day trying to, give Black Americans the smoke. We hold spaces every day and give them the smoke. And also people still building. So what else you got to say?
What I'm getting at is that I'm finding out that this is just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of these panels that are being hosted when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the discussions that you are currently having and other folks are
Uh-huh.
currently having
Uh-huh.
are nothing but therapy sessions.
Oh, maybe. Well, I'm here to help.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I love to help.
When it comes to the foundational Black Americans, when I'm talking about when it comes to us not being on code and actually building with the folks who actually want to learn.
What folks is
This,
that?
huh?
What folks are you referring to?
I'm pretty sure there's been folks who've been on these panels.
You referring to the Africans that want to learn? You referring to the Hispanics that want to learn? Are you referring to anybody that want to learn?
Everybody,
Absolutely not. That's the
everybody.
problem. The American Pisces was correct. You two lunkheads on this little two right corners right here. You in Tennessee, y'all both think alike. And you cats are the ones that got MLK and Malcolm X
No,
knocked off. It was you
no,
two. It was you two
no,
Negroes.
no,
Yeah, it was.
Factual.
no,
Factual.
not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Let me
Or y'all
explain to
got
you,
bullied in
man.
school, one or the other, because y'all expect us to sit here and stay like we
No,
some
Wait,
sir.
doormat and let
No,
these people
sir.
come into our home and say whatever they want. That's what
No,
you think?
sir.
You
No,
think
wait a
we
sir.
gonna
minute,
See,
so hold
listen,
on,
listen.
so hey, automatic. Can you enlighten Chris? I don't know. What do you think Chris is getting at? Automatic.
Y'all
I,
never let me allow to explain.
Wait, hold on, because
Yes,
sometimes we
ma'am.
got to get an understanding between ourselves first. What do you think he's trying to say? Can you break it down to me like a
I
5-year-old?
I
Because
think
maybe
what
I'm thinking wrong. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I think what he's trying to say is, you want me to break it down like a 5-year-old Barney
Yeah,
style,
please.
right? That's what we call that Barney style. I'm gonna break it
Barney
down Barney
style.
style, right? Purple power, okay? What he's trying to say
Brag rock style.
is that foundational black Americans, everybody else that descends from that lineage that goes back to the 1870 census is so smart, so advanced, so mentally better than everybody else, to where when we just state facts and we just have normal conversations, it's insulting everybody else, right? When we state, just say, hey man, there's dirt on your floor. That's an insult to everybody else because our floor could be eaten off of, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully that makes more sense. Like, we're smarter than everybody else. So it just makes it seem as though we're just making fun of them. Well, really, we really just not. We just have a normal conversation. That's all.
Can I respond? Hello?
Yeah, Chris.
Listen, I understand the passion. Us as foundational black Americans, we've been through so much here on this soil. You know what I mean? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The world does not care. They don't care. Y'all just don't get it. I honestly feel like foundational black America, the movement, unfortunately, majority of y'all ain't nothing but Pan Africans with a militant mind state that just want to get up on these platforms and act the damn fool. Oh, we did this, we innovated this, we did this, we did that. Guess what? Everybody on this panel, everybody listening, you ain't did nothing, including me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are all benefiting from the sacrifices that our ancestors have made. Okay. And another thing, y'all like to talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma. None of y'all have ever walked the streets of Greenwood, Archer, and Pine. I'm from Oklahoma.
How
I've
you know?
walked
How
here
you know where they walked? How you know where all these people then walked?
because
Because
for
what?
the simple fact that y'all won't allow to let it
But no,
go.
how do
It's
you know where they walked?
because for the simple fact that y'all do not allow it's gone.
Hey, listen,
Greenwood, Archer, and
hold
Pine,
on. You do you
blacks.
not realize that this is my space?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm holding this space. And do you see the people on that panel? I'm not in their space. They came to our space.
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
they came to this space, okay? So
Yes, ma'am.
what are we doing to people right now?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
This is my space, right? Everybody on the panel, Black Americans, immigrants, they came to my space. So what are we doing to the immigrants right now? What is FBA doing right now to these people that came to our space?
What this needs to be, what are we doing as foundational black Americans? This needs to be a classroom.
Well, why don't
Y'all
you
remember
why don't you go live? Everybody on this panel got a button, and it's a live button. How about you press it and you go right there, Chris? This your page? Let me see. Chris,
Well, yes, ma'am.
yeah. How about you do that? How about you go to your page and hit that live button and teach?
Well, Miss World, unfortunately, I am too busy to
Mm.
actually sit down, but I do
Mm-hmm.
take the time to listen to your platform and
You
other folks on TikTok platform when it comes
uh-huh.
to the
What you
foundation of
do?
Black
What do
Americans
you do with
and
all
the
that
issues that we
listening
have
though?
with.
But what you doing with all that listening? You say this should be a space to teach. You done listened enough. Don't you think it's time for you to teach now?
Good question. Like I say, I'm a very busy man,
You ain't that
and
busy to come in here telling me what we should be doing.
well, hey, I took the time out to get on here and
To tell us
just voice
basically
my
we full
opinion.
of
Hold up,
S.
love, real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Hey, Chris,
Yes,
won't you
sir.
take the next 30 seconds to teach us something?
Okay. Like I say, Black Wall Street is gone. Black Wall Street is dead. Okay. When I go up there to Tulsa, unfortunately, um, the how y'all say it, the YT community has took that over. But guess what? They left a steel mill up there to remind every foundational Black American ancestor that thinks about building Black Wall Street up. Guess what? Y'all not doing that. Okay? So, for the ladies and gentlemen that are on this panel that are currently listening, do yourself a favor. Build Black Wall Street where you are currently living. Okay?
So
Keep
what
Tulsa
did
out
you
your mind.
what did you just teach us, bro? Did anybody learn anything
I'm
new?
teaching.
Anybody on the
I'm
panel,
Ain't
raise your
learn
hand
teaching.
if you learned
ain't
something
learn
new.
shit.
In the chat,
Ain't
raise your
learn
hand if you learned
shit.
something new.
Absolutely not.
And listen,
I
I
learned the
it's
learned
white
just my
man run
something.
opinion.
He's
Tulsa.
trying to fear
It's
monger.
just my opinion.
I learned the white
You
man
know,
run Tulsa. That's what I just learned. I didn't know that.
you
Let me
you
give
you a
an
fool,
example real quick.
Reverend.
Let
I
me
heard a
take
lot about
your
you.
40 seconds to teach you something real quick, right? So check
Yes,
this
sir.
out.
Please do.
So right now, there's currently a conflict going on between Iran, the United States, Israel. Right now, Britain just joined the fray, right? So currently, right now, there's a whole oil problem with the whole entire planet. I think you're probably aware of it. Oil prices are going through the roof. Here's what you can learn. The United States right now has the ability to be the number one oil producer on the planet. They also have the ability to be the number one natural gas producer on the planet. However, they never had the demand. Now that the Strait of Hormuz is closed and everything is closed down, the United States now has the ability to be the number one producer because the demand now exists. So with that being said, I want you guys to go online and I want you to look up a company, Cheniere Energy, Cheniere Energy. Those guys are heavily invested in the United States natural gas industry. Put your money in that stock. You can buy it through Cash App, 50 cent, whatever, and you can make some money off that. Did anybody learn anything new today? I'm gonna land my plane.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's the name of that company?
Yeah, put that in the chat, bro.
Yeah, put
Yep.
that in the chat. What's the name?
Shamir. How you spell it? CH.
I just put it in the chat.
Okay.
Chris, I know you from Oklahoma, but don't be fear mongering. We got some strong Black men out here that's gonna set the tone for the rest of the young Black men coming.
I understand, sister. Believe me, I understand.
And I'm in
But
the South, and I have a lot of stuff to remember me from the past, but we moving
that's
forward.
wonderful. That is so wonderful, and continue to, you know, bring that energy to wherever you're at. But what I'm getting at is our ancestors sacrificed so much in order to be at the spot that you are currently at, to be at the spot that we are currently at on this app.
And I'm
Do
grateful for
not,
that.
And
do
they also
not
fought for the immigrants who disrespect them on the
listen,
daily.
listen.
Right. So
Don't
let me
listen.
ask you let me ask you a question,
Yes,
Chris.
ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
if you graduated college, right?
I
And
didn't.
you did you okay, so whatever
I
you have
went.
an achieve okay, so whatever you have achieved, right? And you want someone to be proud of you and you want someone to honor your hard work too, right? So guess what? Our ancestors did the same exact thing. So do you really think if they were here right now, they would appreciate this type of talk that you're doing right now, talking about forget about what they did? They unalived to do what they did.
I never said forget
Okay,
about what they
so
did.
you just sat here and you just said
Said
that
move
No,
was
on.
so
ma'am. No,
disrespectful.
He
ma'am.
said
No,
move
ma'am. No,
forward.
I
He said move
didn't.
on.
You
Forget
said
about that.
forget
I
about it and
said,
let it go.
no,
That's what you
no.
said.
Listen to what I'm saying, my sister. Please listen to what I'm saying. What I meant was the past is the past. Check this out. Don't forget the past, okay? Build off the ancestors that have left the memory for us to build. Tulsa is gone. It is gone. If you look at the internet, they lead in homicides in the state of Oklahoma currently. Them people up there are gone. Black Wall Street is not coming back. But what you can learn from those black folks at that time, 1921, is that they had a sense of not only just building amongst themselves because they had to. Remember, they had to. Not only that, they had a sense of decorum. Like I say, when I started this, when I came on, when it come to foundational Black Americans, we do not have a code of conduct.
Okay, I
I
hear you,
live.
but
Listen,
Chris,
listen, listen to me.
Chris,
Listen
wait a
to me.
minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Those buildings may be gone, the businesses in the communities may be gone, but guess what? The spirit is still alive, honey.
Oh Lord.
The spirit is
Oh,
still
oh Lord,
alive.
hold on. Let me tag
Yeah,
team
y'all
on
not
you real quick.
Oh
Hold on,
resilient.
real
Lord.
quick
Y'all
though.
gotta be fighters.
Well,
Y'all
hold up
wasn't, I
though. You
mean,
keep
come on
saying we
now.
need to rebuild Black Wall Street. We need to build up Black Wall Street. I want you to do me a favor, Chris. I want you
Yes,
to
sir.
go online when you get a chance, bro. I want you to look up the fastest growing group of business owners in America since 2019 and tell me who that group is.
You tell me.
Also, look at
Same
who's
group
the
that you
most
said need to build
educated.
up Black Wall Street.
Please tell me. I'm on this panel. Unfortunately, I can't.
I just told you, bro. The same group that you said needs to build up Black Wall Street. And the last time I checked, ain't Atlanta, Georgia, a majority black city? Ain't that like
Black
the
mecca.
richest black city in the southeast of the United States right now? Like, ain't that?
For the
Yes,
for the
sir.
I don't know no black people that moved to Atlanta and struggle, bro.
But
So I'm trying to figure
unfortunately,
out where's the lack of opportunity. Maybe in your area you need to build a block with Black Wall Street where you at, but where I'm at in Atlanta Metro, every black person I know down here is balling. Even with a bullshit $25 Amazon job, they getting it out of control, bro. So I don't understand what you're talking about.
but
In
sir, do you
Houston
call it
too.
Black Wall Street? Do you
In
call it
Easy.
Black
Houston
Wall
too.
Street?
Hey,
Is it
You
easy.
called
never
He
heard
Black
don't
of
have
Wall
FBA?
he
Street?
don't have the
Same
time
here
yet.
in Detroit too.
Yep. So you ain't never heard
So
FBA say they delineating because they tired of spending their money with people who don't give a care about us. You ain't heard that,
Sound like we on code, ain't it?
The black
I've
right?
people
heard that
are
before, but
booming
that's a
in the
myth.
South, baby. The black people got
Yo,
it going
we
on in the
are.
South.
We do. We do. But unfortunately, like I say, we do not have a code of
H-Town.
conduct. Yes, I love Houston. As a
Hey,
matter of fact, I'm
Chris.
building a slab right now. You
Chris.
know, I love Houston. Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
Chris. So tell me more about this code of conduct. What do you suggest? What does that mean to you? What does
Every
that
time you
code
breathe
look like
hard,
to
bro,
you?
Before
full of
finding
shit
out
coming out.
about foundational, say that again. I'm sorry.
Every time you breathe hard, boy, it's gonna be some bullshit come out your mouth.
No, no, brother. Believe me, it's not. Before I found out about foundational Black American, I live by the motto of the Honorable Neely Fuller. Have y'all heard of him? Anywho, he always said that when it comes to black folks, when we get together, our conversations are always tacky, trashy, and terroristic. And that's what I'm finding
You can't
on
say the
some.
T word, and that's a goddamn lie.
I
That's
love
a
TikTok
lie. That's
Shop.
a lie.
I love TikTok Shop. Do I have to say that, Miss
Yeah,
World?
yeah, but that's a
I
lie.
love TikTok Shop, and I
If
really
he
do. I
said
love
that,
TikTok Shop.
okay, cool. But if he said that, that's a lie.
And in all honesty, if I would love for y'all to pick up his book, um, racism and white supremacy.
We can't read. We gonna need you to come read the book for us.
No,
I
don't
open
say
the space.
that.
Yeah, because you want to be a teacher. I want you to come read it to us.
But
Yeah, you can have a
listen,
segment where you read the book to us.
no, ma'am.
It's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. Everything won't be televised, Chris.
Understandable.
Just know that it's a lot going on behind the scenes. Just sit back and watch.
Understand, but listen to this.
I
Like I
will
say,
add this, Chris. Let me add
yes,
this
sir.
real quick. So,
Yes, sir.
like me, and there's like millions more like me and my wife. Like we have organizations just for Black Americans where we go out and we get into the communities and we mentor young Black American males and females, and we do drives, different drives for different things that we do, whether it's the holidays or whether it's school or tutoring and stuff like that for Black American, foundational Black Americans to be exact. And I know we're not the only ones out here that's doing that. So we are on code, just like the sister said. It's just not televised. A lot of this shit is behind the scenes.
You
Understandable.
heard that the revolution would not be televised, huh?
You're the one on
Hey,
code.
hey,
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
but check this out. Unfortunately, when it comes to spaces, when it comes to the internet, not saying spaces like Miss World. I love you, Miss World. But when it comes to the internet, when it comes to a congressman, if we have the money to buy a congressman and really push the fact that we do need reparations, there's going to be opposition to where somebody says, okay, y'all want reparations, but check this out. Listen to what the foundational Black Americans are saying when it comes to how they feel about immigration, you know? And like I say,
But,
it just seems like
but
some of
Chris,
the conversation.
didn't the little hats get reparations? Did anybody care what they were saying
I
at the
don't
time?
care
What
about
about
the
the
little
Asians?
hats, sir. I only
All the
care
people who
about
got reparations,
us.
nobody never said, hey, these people say this, so let's stop it. Like, where's you getting this from? If
But
Why are
check
if
you
you
this
trying
out,
getting
to
it
brother.
from
include? Why are you trying
Check
to
this out,
include
brother.
if
immigrants, man?
Neely Fuller taught you this, I don't want to hear nothing about her.
Me
No,
either.
no, no. Please, 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 please. Check this out, man. They didn't have the worldwide internet whenever the small hats got what they got. Okay? So unfortunately, when it comes to today's situation, we have to have some sense of decorum.
Brother, they
Okay?
still getting reparations to this
Hold
day.
up, hold up,
I
bro. Let
don't
me
care.
ask you. Hold up, Chris. Let
And
me
what
ask
they
you a
doing
question.
today. So
Hold
what are
on,
Yes,
y'all
sir.
dog.
talking about?
Hold on. So, Chris, let me ask you a question, man.
Yes, sir.
7 years ago, before the pandemic, was you talking about reparations? Be honest.
Was I talking about reparations? Yes,
Yes,
sir.
you was talking about reparations as
He
loud as hell,
Well,
man.
lied.
no,
7
no,
years
no.
ago.
Check this out. Well, check this
He
out. I
lied.
I listened to when it comes to. I personally wasn't talking about
Okay,
it,
okay, all right,
but go
cool.
ahead.
So the answer is no. But now everybody on this planet is talking about reparations. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out 7 years ago, nobody was talking about reparations. Foundational Black Americans all of a sudden start delineating and talking about the reason we're doing this is because of reparations. And now the entire planet is talking about reparations. And you telling us we need to get on code? I'm confused.
Because it seems like we on code to me.
Now, like we don't code to me.
Ah.
I'm confused
He's just
too.
trying to include the immigrants, and that ain't right.
No, 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 ma'am. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm a foundational Black American. I'm
Well, you
from the
better
great
act
state of
like it.
Oklahoma.
You
I know.
better
Hey,
act
I
like it.
am. When it comes to indigenous and all that stuff, yeah, I know about how the great state of Oklahoma has screwed me and my family out of what we need. What we deserve when it comes to being indigenous. So
The
listen, I
foundation, they
know
screwed you out a lot more than that.
exactly. Listen, all I know here in the great state of Oklahoma, tornadoes, cattle, pretendians, Indians, and black folks. I come to panels like this to learn. Okay? This is supposed to be a classroom. You dig what I'm saying? But every time I get on
Okay.
certain panels, all y'all are doing is talking.
Sir, you
Hey,
did
hey,
not
hey,
get on
look,
the
can you put
you
me
did
on the
not jump
screen
up
so I can
here.
teach him something?
Yeah,
Okay,
but why you ain't tell them that? I mean, if you're talking about my panel, I apologize.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No,
Wait,
ma'am.
wait. But if you not, why you didn't get? You know, why you ain't getting their cue and tell them that they, tell them about the code and all that stuff you telling us and what you think they should be doing over there in their room. Why you didn't do that?
For
Oh,
the
y'all
simple
can't
fact,
see it.
that's a beautiful question.
I'm
for
a
the simple fact, for the simple fact
screenshot
that,
you.
for the simple fact that, majority of the men and women outside of this country who wants to either come to this country or already are here in this country that comes from other places, they know the sacrifices that we made to build this country
Oh
up.
no,
And
they
they
say we
benefit.
did nothing. We built nothing. We have no
I
power here.
understand that.
Okay,
I
so why
understand that.
why you saying what they know when they telling us they don't know that they
They
don't think
know.
that?
They know.
Okay, so they
Miss
lying
World,
on themselves.
Miss World, all they want to do is just trigger each and every foundational black American to
Oh,
the point to
we
where
not triggered. Well, I'm not triggered. I hope
I
my
understand.
panelists.
No,
Hold on, listen to me. I hope my panelists is not triggered either. However, we listening, we learning, and it probably gives some of us strength to fight harder in
and
what
that's
we got to
wonderful.
do. So
That is
we getting stronger every time. With every word, we get stronger and stronger.
Miss
So
World, and
every
that's
day
wonderful.
we gon' what you say, let them trigger us so we can get stronger and stronger.
That's wonderful. And
It's great. I
build
love
off
it.
that.
I love it.
Build off that. Build
Yeah.
off that
Oh, we
and
are.
and and
We
and,
are.
and teach the men and women
And
who
the
actually,
kids. And teach
and
the
the
kids.
kids
Yeah.
who actually wants to learn about the sacrifices that the foundation of black Americans have made for them to come over here to this great country, you know?
We on
But
code
brother,
and
they
our
don't.
children on code too.
Yeah,
Wake
but
up for this.
and they don't need to learn nothing, bro. Pay attention right now, man. I want you to really pay attention to what's happening right now, bro. You
Yes,
in the
sir.
middle of a revolution. Okay, I want you to look around and take the blinders off, take away all of the bullshit that the media done said about us, take away all of the nonsense, and just look at what black people are doing on a day-to-day basis, bro. We are in the middle of a revolution. The next step in our revolution that's fixing to happen, pay attention. This is gonna be a hot summer, bro. Our music about to change, our dresses about to change. We are literally in the process of changing, right? And the last time we had a major revolution like that, the same exact thing happened. We came up out of slavery. We got educated just like we did over the past 6, 7 years. All of our women that got educated, now they educating all of our kids. Then we separated ourselves from everybody else. Same thing we did before the revolution. We separated ourselves from the YT man, and we said we are different people. We about to do our own thing. And then after that, we got our money up. That's what we've been doing over the past 6, 7 years. We've been getting our money up. And the next thing we did after that is we made a move. We recognized there was a problem. We were surrounded by a bunch of problems, and we made a move. And that's what we're doing right now. And when we made that move, boom, you had the Harlem Revolution, bro. You fixing to see it happen again. All of the steps that took place 100 or some years ago, all of that shit's happening right now. Just step back and pay attention and watch what everybody's doing, bro. You're going to see we're in the middle of this shit right now, and the immigrants getting left the fuck behind. That's why they're on these panels every day crying. That's why they're trying to insert themselves into our history. That's why they're begging and scratching, trying to make us African, because they're getting left the fuck behind because they're not a part of this shit, and they can't be a part of it because it's too late. It's too late, bro. So just pay attention, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My question to you is, so why entertain the negativity that they throw at us?
Oh, I can answer that
Because
for
we
you. Let me
okay, go ahead.
hold on, automatic. I can answer that because automatic. The reason why I entertain is I think all Black Americans across the country or wherever they at on the planet, I think they all should hear the conversations that we have. So it's to spread awareness.
Yes, ma'am.
You can answer not automatic,
I was
whatever
gonna
you want
say,
to say.
yeah, he said, why do we entertain it? Because it's entertainment, right, bro? Like I'm telling you, the only reason I came to this panel, other than being Love, I was watching Love already before. But the guy right next to me, Revenue, He's the only reason I'm on this panel, because the bullshit that he was saying over and over and over again every single day, I was like,
I
come
heard a
on,
lot
bro.
about him.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
man. Like, I was getting upset at first. I was like, no, this is entertainment. And then I finally came, and this is entertainment. I come up
Yes,
here,
sir.
listen to the nonsense they say. Sometimes it make me do my own research. Like, hold up, they say some crazy shit, and then I learn something even more. So you could take the entertainment and you could still learn from it, man. But it's just how you look at everything. That's the way I see it.
Wonderful. So I'll ask you guys, am I overthinking? Am I doing too much overthinking?
You
Help
are.
me out.
You are. And I just want to add, we're working behind the scenes. So everything, you're not going to see it on TikTok. There's Zooms, there's group chats. You're not going to see everything on TikTok.
Yes, ma'am.
Just inbox your favorite TikTok person and they'll put you on game, and we all are on code if you didn't know.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay.
No, Chris can't get put on game.
What? Come on now. Don't say that, Ms. World. Please.
Not like you're gonna go
Please.
back to the enemy, boy, and give out game. Boy.
No, I'm not.
You can't be a traitor, Chris, man. We got
Hey.
you. Reach one, teach one. What
Listen.
they say, American?
I was about to say they're gonna be trying to give Chris some umbrellas in a minute. He gonna be like, "Hey, over there."
Listen, all I was trying to do is honestly get some clarification of what these panels are for. Okay? And if I came off kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but if I came off wrong, please, y'all forgive me.
We do, because we are forgiving people. But just know these Africans are cosplaying us. They look like us, acting like FBAs, but they're not really us,
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Let me
ma'am.
teach you something, brother. You see
Please.
this day right here? This 10 years ago,
unfortunately.
before FBI ever came out. It say February 16, 2017. Let me read it to you. These are
Please.
kind of
I'm
girls
glad you
talking.
called it
This took
FBI.
literally.
It's FBA soul food. You called it FBI. It's
Oh yeah,
FBA. Go
FBA.
ahead.
But it's literally it took me 5 minutes to screenshot this. Like I said, I told y'all to just go type Akata in any social media you want to, and you see how they've been talking about it and how long, right? This one post, right? Let me keep going. Oh my God. Okay. This is the type of stuff they say about us. This all back to back, right? I'm gonna keep going.
You do know
These
what a
all
kata
Africans
is, right?
talking about us. All Africans talking about us, right?
You know what a kata is, right, Chris? Was he there?
They even talk about how they not black
I
in
heard.
2017. Now they black in 2026.
Every time you see a kata, just know they talking about you and your women.
And it's the same dates, back to back. So when you hear FBAs talking about Africans, it's nothing but a response to what they've been saying for 60 years since the civil rights movement. Because you can go back and they got Harvard scientists talking about how we don't have Harvard professors in college talking about how we don't have no culture for decades. This is nothing new. This is what their ancestors did. You can see, type of Akata in. I want everybody to do this. Show your whole family everything they say, because the internet is the best thing that ever happened to us, but the worst thing that ever happened to them.
Yep.
Because they talk too much.
I heard you.
Yeah. And so, anybody, revenue, you got something to say?
Yeah, Akata does not mean Black American. Akata could refer to anybody that's Black.
So all the Makatas you seen, all the
bro, you
Makatas you
gonna let me
seen was
land?
talking
I've been
about
quiet for a
Asian.
whole hour. You gonna let me
Hold on,
land?
bro. Nah, so all the Makatas
No,
you just
no,
seen on that
you
screen.
not going. You
Wait
just
a
gonna
minute,
cut
Big
me off
Show.
while I speak?
Let them talk. Hold on. Go ahead, revenue.
Yeah. So to equate Akata with Black Americans is very disingenuous. This man don't speak Yoruba. He don't understand Yoruba. I bet he only could speak English. So How are
Wait,
you
you understand
transit?
Yoruba?
Huh?
You know Yoruba?
I can understand a little bit of Yoruba, but the
You
fact,
Jamaican, right?
huh?
You Jamaican, right?
Yeah, it's Yoruba words in my language itself.
So that song that Yoruba
Abia.
man made
When
that's
we
called
say,
"Stay
hold
Away
on,
from
when
the
we say
Akatas."
Abia,
What was he referring to when he said Akata
God
in that
damn.
song?
Like I said, we have Yoruba loan words in my language itself. So it's certain words I could understand in Yoruba. We have towns in my country called, Abiyakuta. Abiyakuta is a Yoruba word. I'm not gonna say I'm fluent in Yoruba, but this man is up here acting like Akata equates to Black American. That's very disingenuous in
Akala means
itself.
a wandering animal, right? And I find it very striking that they call us a wanderer. Because you know what the Bible say about the chosen people? He said they was gonna be wanderers. So y'all
Dude,
know
they
who he
call
is.
they call their
Y'all
own
know
Yoruba
who he
people
is.
Akatas. What are you talking about? People
So
that
my
are
question is
Yoruba
this
and
then.
grew up, are born and raised in America or Europe are called Akata.
Okay, cool. So that guy that made that a song, "Stay Away from the Akata," he's a Yoruba man. When he was making all those references to the Akatas, selling drugs on the corner, baby mamas, all staying in jail here in America, who was he referring to, Revenue?
Could be talking about any Black person. Could be talking about his own people. Akata don't mean Black American.
You
Africans are
so
known for
Unless you
being
could
baby
hold
mamas and for
on,
being in jail
hold
here in
on.
America.
Unless you could show me a definition that
I got you.
equate
I got you.
Akata with Black American. Just stop making up nonsense.
I got you. Because you so disingenuous. I'm finna just show how disingenuous you is.
Yeah, you acting like Remy, not revenue. Come on now.
He doing this. He ain't doing this on purpose. He really is just slow. He really think we stupid. He really believes that.
Yeah,
Okay.
they actually really do think we slow, for sure.
Akata don't equate to Black Americans.
It
That's what
don't.
all the
I'm
Akata
finna
could
show
Africans
you a
mean
think.
definition,
anybody.
right? I got you. Watch this.
Like people just make up some of uh, the wildest things.
All right,
Starting to
cool.
think
So
they're
can you point
African,
me
bro.
to a song where there's some Nigerians in another country calling those people Akatas? I'll wait.
Bro, they call Nigerian people too Akatas.
Okay, so
What
just like
don't
you
you
always do
understand?
us, show me the evidence.
Bro, what do you mean? People come up here and tell you that every
I
day.
know, but just go tell me the evidence of a Nigerian in another country calling those people Akatas. Just like you do me, show me the proof. Go on
Jamaicans call us
YouTube
Yankees
and type in, you
automatically.
go on YouTube and type in some
Okay,
Nigerians, I don't know,
what's
type in some
wrong with
Nigerians and I don't know,
Yankee?
in Australia calling
People in
the
America
Aboriginals
call they
Akatas, bro.
self Yankee.
No, no,
People
no.
in
No, they
Let's
What's
just
don't.
wrong
say
with
you said it
Yankee?
refers to anybody, right? So show me a video of
If you
Nigerians
got a
in
problem with
Australia
Yankee,
calling the Aboriginals Akatas. I'll wait.
Let me read this automatic. It say
this is from
Akata is
Reddit.
a hold
Bro,
on,
this
hold
is
on.
from
You
Reddit.
said give
This is
you a
not a
definition.
source,
Let me give
bro.
you a definition, brother.
This is
Akata
from
is a
Reddit.
Yoruba word frequently used by West Africans, particularly Nigerians, as a divisive term for who? Black Americans, while sometimes using a nuance to describe African Americans. Why you sit up here and lie? You
Bro,
think
that's
we
from
dumb?
Reddit. That's
It
not
don't
a
matter.
credible
It don't
source, bro.
matter.
That's
It don't
from
matter. It's
Reddit.
on Google. It don't matter. It's on Google.
What you mean because it's on
It
Google
don't
mean
matter.
it's
You
a
just
source?
said pull
Bro,
you
it's
up a
on Reddit.
definition, and it don't mean nothing about Black
It
Americans. Did
literally
you
is
or did you
telling you
not
it's
say
coming
that?
from Reddit. Bro, Reddit is not a university, bro. Are you serious right now?
Did you not say that you wandering Jamaican?
Bro, this is from Reddit. You want me to
It's
take
from
you
Google.
seriously and
It's
you
from
pulling
Google.
something from
It's from
Reddit?
Google, brother.
All
It's
right,
from
cool.
Google.
Let's disregard Reddit. Can you pull up the video of Nigerians in somewhere like, I don't know, let's talk about Fiji. Show me the Nigerians in Fiji calling the black folks Akatas.
I don't know of any Nigerians in Fiji, bro.
Because they're not in
Bro,
Fiji calling them Akatas. They
they
in Fiji.
call other
Nigerians are on every
Nigerians
planet, every country on this
Akatas.
planet, you're gonna find a Nigerian. But you can only find them calling Akatas here in America. Why is that?
Bro, they call everybody who's not in the culture of Nigeria
Right,
Akata.
here in America. They only use that here in America.
And
I'll keep
Nigerians tell
hiding
you what they
100
mouth.
years before I ever become an African.
Now you say Yankee. What's wrong with Yankee?
I
Which one?
visited Jamaica a couple of
Nothing
times, and
You
wrong
they
with
visited
call
Jamaica?
us
Yankees. I
they
got a
call
couple
us
Yankees hats
Yankees.
in my closet right now. Ain't nothing wrong with
They
Yankee,
call
bro.
Americans
So
Yankees
why is this woman up here talking about and they call us Yankee?
because,
Like
I
I
don't know,
people,
bro,
visited
but you still
Jamaica a
gotta
couple
address
of
that Okada,
times,
bro.
and they
it's
call
people that don't
Americans
call themselves
Yankees.
Yankees in America.
But you can
And
Nobody
if
also
you
calls
use
got a
it
themselves
as a
problem,
Okada in
slur.
America, though.
You
hold
can
on.
use
Nobody
it
in
If
as
you
a
America
got a
calls
slur
themselves
too.
problem,
Okada.
hold on. If you got a problem with Yankee, go protest the MLB like they did, like they got the Redskins change, and tell them, hey, I find Yankee offensive.
Man, Jamaicans
And
already
go
suffering.
and
I'm good here in
then
America.
go
I ain't got
protest.
time.
Hold
I
on, then go protest
They
the
poor as
federal
hell
government
anyways, and they
for
getting their ass
having
whooped by the
Yankee
same
Doodle
people.
Doo as a national song. Go protest that too next after you protest the New York
revenue,
Yankees.
So
Go
you don't know
protest
the
the Yankee
English
Doodle
can have
Doo.
two definitions to the same word? You ain't know
bro.
that, did you? Huh?
Hold up, though. That's what you do, revenue. You can't make an argument to change the subject.
What am I changing?
I
She
mean,
said she had a problem with
I've
Yankee.
been trying to get you
Go
to address to
protest. Go
me.
protest
No, no,
the
no, no. We're not
definition
going
of
to talk
Yankee
about
to be changed
Yankees,
from
and I'm not
America.
going to destroy the
Because that's
line.
what
I'm going to
Yankee
ask
mean.
one more
Yankee mean
time.
American. That's
I'm going to
it.
ask one more
If
time
you're
just to
not
prove to
if you're not an
everybody
American,
that you can't answer the
then you should
question.
not feel
Show
offended by
me
being called a
outside
Yankee.
of America where Africans use the word to avocado to describe the black people in that country, and I'm going to shut up after this.
They call Caribbeans Akata. They call people that's Africans that's born in America or Europe Akata. So what's your problem?
So
What's your problem?
hey, revenue, what's the behavior of an Ekata?
I don't know. I'm not a Yoruba
How does it?
person.
Oh, you don't know how? Yeah.
I'm not Yoruba. All I could do is rely on definitions and what people and
Okay.
firsthand
So
account from the
what
actual
do they
people.
say? What
That's
do they
all I could
say?
do.
What do they say Ekatas act like?
I don't know. I'm not Yoruba.
So
Can you
you
speak
don't.
Yoruba?
So
Cree,
how
can
do
you
you know
speak
so much
Yoruba?
about what Ekata
I'm
is then?
asking you, can you speak Yoruba?
No, I'm saying if you don't
Do you
know,
know
if you
anything? Do you
don't
know
know,
Okay,
you
y'all,
ain't
anything
this
about
is
talking,
the
getting
right?
Yoruba people?
boring. I want to move
What,
on with the show. Let's change the subject. Um, the big showstopper. You want to address the prompt? Automatic. Did you? Thank you for the gifts. Did you address the prompt already? Automatic.
Nah, I can go ahead and address it real quick, though.
American and automatic. Y'all gonna be up for a minute?
Yeah, I'll be here for a little bit.
All right. Thank you. Okay, go ahead. Can y'all
Yes.
help me out on the panel too?
Yes.
Thank you. And you already got mod American, so
Yeah.
all right.
You need me to help you do what?
Yes, you and automatic, please.
Okay.
Just whatever. If I'm go silent,
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right, so let me go ahead and address the issue tonight. Based on what I've been hearing so far, the issue is a number of things, and hopefully I got enough time in my 2 minutes to go ahead and address them. I might go a couple seconds over, but I'm gonna start off by saying this. Apparently, the issue is we didn't free ourselves from slavery. You know what I'm saying? That was the white T-man that did that, right? The issue is that we don't have any oral history. All we have is documentation. We don't have no oral history like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We don't speak 5 different European languages, right? That's the issue, right? We got an issue of, we don't have more engineers than we do actual infrastructure. Right. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the issue of having, more nurses than we do have hospitals for them to work in. Right. You know what I'm saying? We've never invented electricity. We never invented a toilet, right? And 60% of us are just shitting all over the damn place, right? We can't trace our lineage on paper, past the 1950s. That's an issue, right? We don't lead, we actually, we lead the world in that 3-letter disease, that the one rhymes with, HIV. Anyway, we lie and say that we're the lion of the continent, even though we only make $1.12 a day, right? We lead the world in unemployment, right? We lead the world in scams, right? You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we're not the lowly, we're just the lowly folks. We're not the highly skilled Jamaicans that invented hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We're not the group of people that had a player drafted in the NFL with zero experience, all I'm saying, we don't have any HBCUs or hospitals. We don't enslave our kids. We don't beat our women. We never invented our own car company. We never invented airplanes. We never saved America from the Confederacy. We never invented bioengineering. You know what I'm saying? We never invented the chopper motorcycle that ended up becoming the inspiration for the Harley Davidson motorcycles that we see on the road today, right? We don't have no Stokely Carmichaels. All we got is an MLK. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no Bob Marleys. All we got is a James Brown. We don't have no Cool Herc that invented hip hop in the 70s. All we got is Louis Armstrong that was rapping in the 20s. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no Marcus Garvey. All we got is a Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? All we got is 300 credit unions and 30 banks. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no, know what I'm saying, no failed economies. You know what I'm saying? We do carnival smexual rallies instead of, Essence Fest. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. We got Manute Bol instead of Michael Jordan. I can go on and on and on. We got Acorn instead of Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? We didn't invent train couplings. We don't have bridges that are still standing today, like the Red Oak Bridge here in Georgia. We never flew almost 700,000 miles around the moon. We never did shit. We just a bunch of lazy, unaccomplished, uneducated, broke savages that got everything we got from the YT man. We've allowed him for our food, our entertainment, our livelihood. If it wasn't for the YT man, we would just be existing. And I land my plane.
This out is it my turn now?
Yes, sir. You can go.
Okay, cool. Let me get in the good spot so I don't cut out. What's the real issue? Different roots or one people, one human family, one future. The real issue when it comes to this country is our presence. Our presence is the issue. They'll tell us that global warming is the biggest issue to the United States, but it's not that. It's us.
Wait,
Our
Mr. Creed. Mr. Creed, we were supposed to let revenue rebuttal. I'm sorry.
rebuttal what?
He had this. We didn't ask if anybody had any rebuttals to what I said. Did you have anybody had any rebuttals?
Yeah, I definitely have a rebuttal.
Just you? Anybody else?
Just
All right, go ahead, Reverend.
like shit the rebuttal with what Easy said. Nothing.
Yeah,
Everybody still
you
your
you
mic, man. That
cannot.
revenue rebuttal. Go ahead, Reverend.
Yeah, you cannot take credit for what African Americans have accomplished in America. If you're a foundational Black American, essentially, you're in a cult that's against Pan Africanism. You're against Caribbeans and Africans. So you don't know. You don't now get to claim the accomplishments of African Americans and what they accomplished in America. If you delineate it, you also have to delineate from African American, because most African Americans are, uh, essentially Pan Africans. They want Black unity. They have Caribbean friends. They have African friends. They do business with each other. They patronize each other's stores. So you are not a part of that. You are delineated from that. You're a foundational Black American. You have to, cling on to the accomplishments that foundational Black Americans have accomplished since 2019. You don't get to now cluster yourself up in what African Americans accomplished, because I'm quite sure you're against Pan Africanism.
Wait a
So
minute. Where's the timer? Doesn't he get 1 minute rebuttal?
I'm keeping time.
Okay.
yeah, so you don't now get to, steal the accomplishments of what Pan Africans have accomplished. A lot of you FBAs who are against Pan Africanism are quick to claim Carter G. Woodson, Malcolm X, Francis Quest Wilson,
Ricardo, we're gonna
Dr.
rotate you down. Thanks for coming up. And hmm, okay,
You can send me down.
okay, thank you. Go
You
ahead,
welcome.
Reverend.
Dr. Amos Wilson, because these are Pan Africans. They will be they if these people was allowed, they would be against you, just like Professor James Smalls is against FBA, and he bodyguard Malcolm X, and he walked the streets with Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I'm quite sure the same people he bodyguard and walked the streets with would be against FBA like he is. Ashada Shakur would be against FBA. Everybody I name, even Frances Cress Wilson, who passed away recently, she would be against FBA. So you have to separate yourself from African Americans and speak on what FBAs have
Land
accomplished
your
since
plane,
2019.
Reverend.
I'll end there.
All right. Well, you want me to just speak on what FBAs have accomplished since 2019? Okay, cool. I think I just named one. We just piloted a spacecraft around the moon, right? No other black person on this. Well, there's only one black people, but no other melanated person on this planet has ever done that. I don't even think half of y'all have even left the damn atmosphere. We've increased our wealth about 70%. We've become the fastest growing group of business owners in America. We've also become the fastest educated group of people in America. And now just recently, with the addition of all of the licensed tradesmen, you know, the black males in America, we're also now the most educated group when you add in all the trades. That was since 2019 as well. But I can go on and on and on about all of the things we've accomplished. But one thing that I did say is I did come out and say, you said I can't take credit for all the accomplishment. I already told you my whole rebuttal. I told you we ain't did shit, but just exist and get all our stuff in the YT, man. So I don't even know what you was talking about. And I'm gonna land my plane.
Yeah, I got a rebuttal. I mean, I think it's very clear what
I just shot you mine too.
what was that? Did you guys hear what Miss Love said? I didn't hear that.
Are you rebutting what he said? What Easy said?
What?
Because
What?
Revenue just did, and he responded to it.
Oh yeah. It was only one rebuttal. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm asking because you just
Go
started
ahead.
speaking.
He can rebut. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. So yeah, the problem is when people try to take the things that have been accomplished by black people at any time and make it seem like that's to be given to FBA. Is that you guys are the minority. We know that. We saw that, right? When that UN resolution passed, guess what? There was plenty of black Americans inside, and there were 10 FBAs outside protesting it, right? Like when we talk about these people, Malcolm X said, I'm an African in America. It's in his speech, the same speech, right, that became famous for other parts. He used to talk about xenophobia and talk about how the white man has taught people to hate the roots. And he said you couldn't hate the roots without hating the tree, right? All these organizations that you guys speak about, if
Hey,
you look at them, they
hey,
say
hey,
African American
hey,
on them.
Remy,
None of them
Remy,
say FBA
Remy.
on them.
Can y'all hear me?
Hello,
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah, Remy. I tell you every night, you cannot say hate like HATE like that. I love TikTok shop. I love TikTok shop.
Wow, my bad.
Okay, you can't do that. Do you understand, Remy?
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, please watch that.
I won't use that again.
Thank you.
I
I
think
tell
that
you
was okay.
again, man.
Go ahead.
Like she shouldn't have to say. She tell you every night not to say that.
That's
I
all,
don't.
bro. We got
I'm
it. We
not
got it.
even
He
here
got it.
every
Go ahead and
night.
finish it.
I'm
Land your
just
plane,
not
bro.
trying.
Land your plane.
No, I'm not even here every night. I'm just not trying to argue. I'm trying to listen to what she
Go ahead,
wants
land
to
your
say
plane.
over there. Yeah, I landed. Go ahead.
Right, so you address Malcolm X frequently. Malcolm X said this. Malcolm X said that. Malcolm X was talking in a time period when we didn't even understand what was going on around us when we walked outside, right? Malcolm X was talking in a time period where cars didn't have seatbelts. You know what I'm saying? He was talking in a time period where, you know, people barely understood what the concept of a telephone was. right? So I want you guys to understand what you immigrants need to start doing is take your third world brain, okay, and upgrade it to a first world brain and update your files, okay? History changes, right? New evidence comes about. New material comes about. Stop relying on things that was 60, 70, 80 years ago as the only reference or the only piece of evidence or material or whatever somebody said, because Malcolm X said a whole lot of things that you probably don't want to quote before he became Malcolm X, right? And so did MLK and all the other greats, but we're going to leave that stuff there. So please, update your files to 2026, update yourself with new information, and change what it is that you're talking about right now, because it sounds outdated, it sounds old, we're tired of hearing it, we don't want to hear that crap no more, and I'm going to land my plane.
Can I rebut?
Can I add to that? It seems to me that these Pan-Africanists are not they're not open to evolution or revolution or evolving at all in any type of way. I think that they are ignorant to the fact that, just like you just said, helicopter, how times are changing, new evidence and history changes also. And I think that's a big problem.
All right, Reverend, go ahead and address the prompt.
Yeah, what's the real issue? I'm gonna repeat what Professor James Small called FBA. He called FBA the white man slop. And at first, I thought that was a little bit extreme on Professor James Small, but as time revealed, as the great Grandmaster Professor Small conclusion calling FBA the white man slop, it's kind of becoming reality. We just seen gerrymandering going on where essentially black people are literally, out of power now. So we've seen Trump pass executive order calling Black history essentially anti-American. As far as slavery and racism go in this country, we've seen DEI become eliminated, but yet these FBAs get on these panels every day and cry about a Nigerian being drafted in the NFL, like they own a team in the NFL or something. We're seeing right now, as we speak in New York City, the small high community are taking black people brownstones in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. These are Bed-Stuy is a historically Black American neighborhood, and the small high community is doing deed fraud and taking their homes away from them. But FBAs is complaining about a Nigerian being drafted in the NFL. So I think the real issue in the Black community is FBA. They are the loudest. They're not addressing no issues that literally harm Black Americans. They're telling Black Americans to vote for the couch, and somehow somebody gonna feel sorry for Black Americans or gonna be begging Black Americans for their vote. But now that we've seen the redirect with the different states, essentially Democrats don't even need the Black vote anymore. So I wonder, how is voting for the couch is a good strategy for Black Americans? Where's the reparations? Where's the rebuilding of certain communities like St. Louis and Detroit? Why are FBA so worried about tethers and not
Your time is
focusing
up.
on policies that directly harm them? Small high community underfunding their schools,
Revenue,
taking
your
that
time
money
is up.
for Jewish receivers.
Time is
Why
up.
are they not addressing those issues?
There you go.
Anybody got any rebuttals?
I got a rebuttal. I got a rebuttal.
All right, I got one too. Go ahead, Creed. Go ahead. Start it off.
Revenue. I'm going to introduce you to Black culture. And, growing up, many of us, we are taught that sometimes you got to mind your own goddamn business. All right. I don't know, like if it's a manual going around or whatever, but that's just how I was raised. You're not a part of the black community. Okay, you're other. You are by proximity, right? But you're really not a part of the black community. When they say problems in the black community, they're not talking about Jamaicans. When they say what the black community needs, they're not talking about Jamaicans. When they talk about historic wrongs done to the black community, they're not talking about Jamaicans. So learn how to mind your own goddamn business and stop speaking on our people, because you try to twist their words. See, Malcolm X delineated. Malcolm X delineated. I want everybody to look up
Now you're
the
playing.
so-called Negro. The so-called Negro Malcolm X delineated. At the time when people start to self-identify as black,
Now you're
during that
playing.
time, he delineated. He kept saying the so-called Negro for a reason. So y'all don't even know our people.
Yeah. Let
Reverend
me
Paul
first
says
say
so.
this. You would not be calling yourself black in America if it wasn't for a Caribbean. Stokely Carmichael is literally the reason why you call yourself black. All of your great heroes, the A. Philip Randolph, the Bayard Rushtons, the even the Martin Luther Kings, they did not like black. They thought black was a separatist, radical term. They preferred Negro. That's what they was comfortable with. It was Stokely Carmichael who made people in this country call themselves black. Secondly, FBA's run panels 24/7 talking about what's going on in other people's country every single day. FBA run panels about tethers every single day, talking about the condition of Africa or whatever country that they're talking about. You got some nerve to tell me to mind my business when FBA is talking about Africans and Caribbeans every single day of their lives.
All right, Chris, it's on you.
Right. What we were just talking about earlier, right, is about updating the files. You keep talking about all of these old school civil rights leaders. We greatly appreciate everything they did. But again, I'm pretty sure that if Malcolm X was awake right now, if all of them were awake right now and they heard how you talk about us as Black Americans, I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't be down with that. If he heard all of the people and all of y'all saying all the stuff that y'all say to us, he would not be down with no Pan-Africanism. Stop speaking in the past tense. Right now, we're in 2026, sir. Not in 1960 when people first got here and they didn't get their numbers up and didn't have enclaves and they had to, you know what I'm saying, play ball. We talking about now where you got enclaves and you in political positions and you undermining us. I'm pretty sure if he's seeing you in political positions undermining us, I'm pretty sure you have a problem. Your fellow Jamaican, Westmore, when he crashed out the reparation study, even though they overrode him, I'm pretty sure that they would have had a problem with that. So stop the cap, and I'll end my plane there.
All right, Reverend, find us out.
This is how I know how ignorant some of you people are. People like Leonard Jeffries and Professor James Smalls literally walked the streets with Malcolm X. Literally was John Henry Clark's students. So for you to say if Malcolm X was alive, he would be agreeing with FBA. No, he was. No, he wouldn't. It's people that's alive right now in 2026 that walk the streets and bodyguard Malcolm X. And they call FBA the white man slop. Literally right now as we speak. And you think Malcolm X would agree with some people who are American patriots? Are you serious? Malcolm X was a Pan-African. The man passed away as a Pan-African. The last organization he founded before he passed away with John Henry Clark, the Organization of Afro-American Unity, not the foundational Black American, I'm not African organization. He went to West Africa and got it established as a Pan-African organization through the OAU. So don't ever say Malcolm X would agree with you. Professor James Smalls
Now, you're
and
right,
Linda
Reverend.
Jeffries are still alive in 2026, and they call FBA the white man slop. So please, that's very disingenuous.
All right. Final say before I do my rebuttal, chat family, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and get the likes up for the live. I know y'all in here enjoying what's being said. 128 of y'all is here, so go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get Love's World Live wrapped up. All right. So my rebuttal is this, Revenue. You said three things that I don't agree with. Number one, you keep referencing Malcolm X and MLK, and you keep talking about FBAs as radicals, and they wouldn't agree with us. That's the problem that we got with you new school, new booty, whatever you want to call it, new to the just got over here. Malcolm X was a radical, bruh. He was a separatist. MLK was a radical, dude. He was a separatist, okay? Those guys would literally be the same exact people that you calling us right now. They were not mainstream back in the day. They were considered outsiders. They were considered to be fringe movements and all of that other stuff, right? And the second thing you said that I want to address is the small hats is taking over Bed-Stuy. Bed-Stuy ain't FBA no more. It ain't number immigrants all up in Bed-Stuy. So truth be told, that sounds like an immigrant problem to me. And the last but not least, you said we got a problem with a Nigerian being drafted. You damn right, bro. Some of us coach football. I got trophies all over my wall. I coached football for a very long time. I spent 2 years ago, I spent hundreds of dollars on drones, driving these kids around to their football games, spending all the time and effort and everything while I was retired from the military, helping this football team out. And I seen the type of effort and the work these dudes put in to go to college and get what they needed to get and to get the scholarships. And for some funky ass Nigerian to just walk into the daggone NFL draft, not ever set foot on the damn field, you daggone right. I already know what's fixing to happen to his ass as soon as he step on that first blade of grass. As soon as them daggone guys that came behind him get a hold of his ass, it's a wrap. And I'm going to land my plane.
Bro, you don't own an NFL team. Stop being jealous because a Nigerian got drafted. You don't own the NFL. You don't control the NFL. I don't know what you jealous because a Nigerian got drafted. Also, let me correct something you said. What I said, the people who was against the term black, who was the A. Philip Randolph, the Bayard Rushtons, the Martin Luther Kings, they was against the term black because it essentially to them it mean a radical separatist or a Pan African. FBA is not a separatist group. FBA is an integrational group. They want to integrate into to white America. FBA are not pushing for their own country. They're not pushing for their own sovereign land. They're not pushing for their own businesses. FBA are pushing for Mexicans to be fired so they could be hired. They're pushing for immigrants to get out this country so they could take over whatever said job. They want the government assistance benefits that they claim immigrants are getting. So FBA is not a separatist group. It's a integrational group, a bootlicking group, a white supremacist group.
Revenue.
I land there.
All right, the big show. It's on you. Address the prompt. The big show, you there? All right, go ahead, Creed. Address the prompt.
Okay, we're gonna drop the big show and bring up somebody in the queue.
Man, Revenue, you got to come up with some new material. You know, I know it's hard to get away from.
Hold on. You got to address the prompt first, sir. Address the
My
prompt.
bad. You're right. Okay, what's the real issue? The real issue are the moderators. There's people who are extreme. There's people who are extremists, right? And they'll say things that's overly like, wow, like, you know, it's easy to disagree with those type of people like Revenue. You just hear him rambling and just come up with straight lies, and it's easy to disagree with that, right? But then you have people who are moderate, right? They don't say things extreme as Revenue. They're more moderate, and well, I believe it's causing division, and I believe we can have more power if we work together and stuff. But they disagree with you politely. Um, our people who tends to fall for these moderates, they tend to demonize people who use terms like extremists, radical, the things that they're trying to put on foundational Black Americans, because they don't ever, if you study Malcolm X, one of the things that he said that is that an extreme problem requires an extreme response. And so you must meet something that's been extreme with something else that's extreme. And these moderates that we have lingering around, they're trying to meet in the middle. They say things like, well, we come to a common goal. They'll say things like common goal or unity or things like that. And they try to make Black Americans more passive, docile, right? They're the moderators, are the in these conversations. There's always somebody that plays the role of the
You're fine, bro.
moderator that tries to bring us together, right? But delineation has immigrants have centered themselves in our
You're fine.
delineation movement. I'm landing. And immigrants have centered themselves in our delineation movement. And see, thing is, our delineation is not a response to what they say. It's simply something that.
Yeah, I want to
All right, we got
respond.
any rebuttals for Reverend or anybody else?
I'm letting my
Yeah,
plane. I
I
was cut
do
off
too.
last time.
All right, go ahead, Reverend. What's on you?
Are you rebut?
Yeah, I'm rebutting. First of all,
Rebuttal
FBA
to
is not a radical group. Like I just explained, FBA is an integrational group. Uh, Radical groups don't cheer on ICE. Radical groups don't tell people to vote for the couch. That's not a radical group. That's I don't want to be disrespectful, but that's just not a radical group. FBA is a integrational, possibly white supremacist supported group. Radical groups don't align with white supremacists. Radical groups don't align with what the government is supporting. You can't be a radical and claim that you agree with Donald Trump. That don't make no sense. You can't be a radical and don't want your own country. You can't be a radical when you don't want your own business and you want people to work for the government and complain that immigrants are taking your job. You can't be a radical under those thresholds. That
land
is
plane.
what a bootlicker is. That is
All
what
right, all right,
Let him
Revenue,
let it
land your
plane. Let him
plane.
let it
I
plane, Creed.
never
Let him let it
said.
plane, Creed. Let him let it
And
plane.
thank you, Revenue.
Land plane, Revenue.
He just did.
All right, go ahead.
Uh, you did. I never said foundational Black Americans is a group. It's a lineage identity, a lineage-based identity. That's it.
All right, Leon, you up next with the rebuttal.
Oh, did he? Oh, I'll let him. I'll
No,
let
go
him
ahead,
go.
Remy. I got you.
All right, go ahead, Remy. You up next.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like I said, a lot of people do not care about reality. All the things that were said about the founding of a Pan African organization before Malcolm X departed, that's a fact. You know, he met with Kwame Nkrumah. All these leaders that you guys want to claim as FBA and use them to justify how you act would never act this way. They were Pan African, they were people who were very much close to African leaders and believed in unity. And when we talk to FBAs, there's a lot of different types. There are people who say they're indigenous, there are people, it's different. But one thing I noticed that they all agree on is one, they all agree that Black people all over the world should not unite. And when it comes to that, that's exactly what the white T-man thinks too. So we make a distinction because we know
All right,
majority
now
of
you're
black
wrong.
people are not like that. Majority of black people we meet that we're around are not like that. They're not people who don't want unity or don't understand who the real enemy is.
All right, Creed, final say.
Okay. And I'll rebut with what kind of way he just, response from what he just said. And I'm gonna use a quote from Malcolm X. Malcolm X, he spoke about the powder keg. If anybody understands, remember what I'm talking about. And he spoke about how the fuse is the smallest part of the powder keg. You can touch a powder all day long, it doesn't do anything. You know, it's the fuse. The fuse is the smallest part of the powder keg. The fuse ignites the powder keg. So when people speak about, oh well, majority of y'all don't talk like that. Everybody outside I hear they don't talk like that. See, but you have to understand that it's the fuse that ignites the powder keg. Okay, it's that small minority, right? That you consider radical. So that's all. I mean, it doesn't matter how small of a number it is. That every time there's been a big massive change, it's been the small element. That's history, and I'm sure that's part of your history as well.
All right, Leon, final say. You got the final rebuttal.
Um, hello everybody. So my man Creed. So the first thing I want to mention is Africa has over 50 countries. And in those countries, they got different cultures, different types of people. And one thing I've realized when you're dealing with FBA, you could tell that people have dealt with people from other countries that are melanated people with whom they've had bad experience. But me, I'm from Sierra Leone. Before I came to America, I had good feelings about African Americans. Most brown skinned people from outside that I know, they love African Americans and they actually love the culture and would love to be like. I'm saying so because as an African in America, you know automatically that you are an African because either they laugh at you for one thing or the other, either your food, your culture, or whatnot. However, because of the African American culture, people already love African Americans. So when you run into Africans, they say, "Hey, you my brother, or we want to be one." They're seeing the positive parts of things. Now, yesterday I was on and I saw somebody apologize for those Africans who might have rubbed the African American wrong way, and for African Americans who might have rubbed Africa the wrong way. The reason why people say, "Hey, let's be one," is because they see the divisive nature of the white tees. So they're trying to move to the middle because they found something
All
in
right, now
common.
you're
But for
playing.
some reason, let me land. For some reason, FBA folks, they feel as if they've been robbed in such a way that they got to get back. And that's their right. But you
Now
said
you're
that the most
playing.
dangerous brown folks are the ones who are in the middle. But I just want you to understand why they're in the middle. They don't see you as an enemy. They see you as someone who they have something in common with. I land.
All right, final say on you, Creed.
Leon, they want our rhythm, not our blues. Do you know what that means? Just yes or no?
Not a
Go
back
ahead,
and
man.
forth.
We
Just go ahead.
listening.
That's final say. Hey, it's not a back and forth. Just final say, bro.
Oh, okay. I know you don't. I know you don't know what that means. Everybody want to be. Everybody want to build, but nobody want to build. I I know you don't understand that either.
I understand that, man.
It's
Just
no
land your plane,
surprise.
bro. Go ahead.
It's no surprise that people get along with Black Americans. That's not a surprise to us. Hell, everybody get along with us, right? We're you know that's not a surprise. It's a surprise for people to get along with other cultures. It's not a surprise for we really love Black Americans. Yeah, because we want our rhythm, not our blues.
All right. Hey, Remy, you did you address the prompt earlier?
No, no, I didn't get
Okay,
it.
go ahead. Go ahead, address the prompt. It's on you.
Yeah. Well, I used to think that the real issue is, the same issues we've had since Rome. They came up with the words in Latin, divide and impera, which means divide and conquer. And they've been doing that for a long time. But I'm starting to see that another issue we have is misinformation, right? A lot of people don't care about reality, they don't care about history, they just make up what they want. And it's based on feelings. Um, a lot of the times that we have these conversations, we can't even agree on simple history that is documented. You have people trying to convince us over here that all of a sudden Malcolm X would think like them, even though we have his own words, his own actions to go by, right? We have people trying to misinform people about the development of Africa, even though you can easily Google it. And ultimately, this comes down to people just not liking people. That's what I realized, right? You don't like Africans, you don't like Caribbean people, you know, you have all this stuff, Bushmeat, Tether, all this stuff you say about people. The same way there's Africans who don't like you, they have words for you, they do that. And those are not the people who are gonna change the world. Those were never the people like the Malcolm X's or the MLKs we talk about, right? The people who are interested in the work and the unity, they're not online just yapping at each other, insulting each other's culture. So as far as I'm concerned, I just want to dispel this idea that somebody is interested in uniting with any of you who are interested in only going online and talking about other people's cultures or other people's countries.
You got any rebuttals? Anybody else? All right, Chris, it's on you.
Acting as if these are like one-offs. For 65 years, we've been called Akadas and all kind of different names. And just now, probably in the last 10 years, I would say that we've been, I guess, talking about your bushmeat and talking about the homeland of Africa. Before then, people were bigging up Africa and saying, leave those Africans alone. They're trying. All those different things. Before people got updated knowledge that Africans were actually talking bad about us. So, I mean, I don't understand why you keep on trying to make it as if this is just some one spin-off person and not multiple people. And then the next thing is, where are the Africans at who have the big platforms that you're talking about, who's calling out their Africans, who's saying, you know what, hey, these Black Americans in their homeland, if they asking their government for stuff, they're in their homeland, they can do that. Where are the Africans at that are calling that out? So, I mean, at the end of the day, you've been a little bit disingenuous by speaking as if these are just some random acts of people being disrespectful to somebody else in their homeland. That's like me going to Africa right now and going over there and start disrespecting the people of tribes and telling them they can't have this and can't have that.
Go ahead, now
You
you're
gotta
playing.
stop, bro. And I'll land my plane there.
All right,
So
Remy, final rebuttal. Final say.
that's the real issue. The real issue is entitlement. That you feel that people should act a certain way and do certain things. And yes, absolutely. Some people from America, black and white, go to Africa and they act up. But if you're intelligent enough, me having an experience with one black person, me being on this panel and hearing people disrespect Africans and Caribbeans and all that, it doesn't change the fact that you don't represent everybody. That's how intelligent people work, right? Like MLK said, judge people by the content of their character. There's plenty of good people. There's plenty of bad people. That's not exclusive to any race or any country. So when you have these videos of people disrespecting y'all and all this online back and forth, that's all it is. FBAs and Africans who are xenophobic are online throwing insult at each other and throwing insults at each other's community. But guess what the leaders are actually doing? When you talk about the black caucus, the black presidents from Africa, the black Latinos, they all got together and got a UN resolution passed. The people arguing online are inconsequential.
All right, Leon, it's on you. Go ahead and address the prompt, sir.
I think the problem is, one is misinformation. Two is that people refuse to get past certain points and they take the actions of few individuals and they use that brush to paint everybody. Like I just said that for me, I'm Sierra Leonean, and before I came to America, my viewpoint of African Americans when I got here, I got nothing but love for them.
But then when I got rebutted, somebody was like, "Oh hell no, you lying, this and that." You can't take one paint and paint everybody. Africa is 50 countries, like almost 2 billion people. So what I see is misinformation is getting people stuck in one position. There are Africans who actually see the struggles of African Americans and they recognize that. But if we're going to say, you know what, let's stay stuck on those who we've run across, they use these words and that word because of whatever their mindset is, and we're going to treat everybody like that, then we can't even move past a certain point. And right now, there's a revolution going around in the world, not just in America. And this revolution is economic, is social, it has all of that. FBA can either be stuck and say, hey, we've done all of these, they're not respecting us, da, da, da. Or they could say, you know what? They're already here. They've already immigrated here. They have kids here. They're living off of our sweat, if that's how you want to see it. How can we also take advantage of that? But I feel like a certain group of the FBA or maybe the FBA don't want to hear that. All they want to do is just keep saying, oh, it is us, bow now, represent, respect us, this, that, and the third, and they're missing an opportunity because there are Africans saying, hey guys, we're here, we think you're okay, let's get it on with it. I land my plane.
All right, anybody got any rebuttals?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, Creed, Chris, anybody else? All right, Creed, it's on you.
Okay. It's a lot of people that come. They always. I grew up around some African Americans, and you know some positive relations with African American, but I don't think you can even tell us what an African American is because most black Americans do not even use that term. So can you, for my rebuttal, can you tell me what an African American is? You're going to say that I support African American businesses, and you're going to say that I went to school with African Americans, and you're going to say that you have some good African American friends. But can you tell me what an African American is, and how can you tell when you walk in somebody's business that they're African American?
All right, Leon, final say.
Create. I think you missed everything I just said just now. You're stuck in me coming to your house, your business, and saying, hey, Mr. Creed, hey, you African American, how much can I spend in your store today? It's beyond that point, my brother. It's beyond that point. You ask me to put in effort to try to recognize you when I believe already from history that you existed, that you went through a struggle. Your struggle is the reason why I'm here. What I'm saying to you is this: I am not as empty as you think. I also come from a place that got things to offer. Okay, because of the YT's world policies, the Africans have not, they're trying right now, but they have not reached the peak yet to taking their resources and making it something. But if you go and read, they are moving at a very fast pace. So instead of you getting stuck asking me, how do I
All right, land your
recognize
plane.
you? Take advantage of the fact that I'm here with the olive branch too.
All right, Chris, it's on you.
The olive branch sounds really, really good, but I think it's a little bit too late. What you're neglecting to realize is that we as Black Americans, we actually are the last people to delineate. I know all the Africans you mentioned that came over here, they move into their African and Caribbean enclaves and they stay there. They don't mess with Black Americans. That's why, like Miss Love was saying, I think a couple of days ago, right? Is that we don't have many experiences with Africans to lean on. We can't say, oh yeah, this African came here, this African came there. So therefore, right now what you're talking about is a little bit too late, what you're saying. Now, granted, like I said, there could be relationships between an African person and a regular person here or there or whatever like that. But as for the collective, that's what happened. Y'all moving y'all enclaves. That's where they got little Haiti and little Africa and little this and little that. So naturally, at the end of the day, they delineated first, and we're just following behind them, and we're like 60 years too late. And I'll land my plane there.
All right, Leon, final say.
All right, Chris, you too, you missed the whole point. So I have an African American friend. He's a part Native Indian and part African American. He does align with the FBA, right? But being me from Sierra Leone, for the fact that I said I love the African American history, right? He's one of my best friends. So one of my projects back home is a farm on a 10-acre property which I'm fencing. My man is taking advantage of that opportunity.
He's not sitting in the corner saying, oh, some people made themselves a little Haiti. Some people made themselves a little Nigeria. He's saying, you know what? I've met this African and he has a gate open. Let me go help myself. So you saying the olive branch is a little bit too late is you're missing the point, because life is never too late. As long as you're breathing, there's always a means to take advantage of an opportunity. So what I'm saying, instead of sitting on these panels getting angry at some African being mean to you, they're also Africans that love you. Take advantage of that. I land my plane.
All right. All right, Chris, it's on you. Go ahead and address the prompt.
Alrighty. Well, what is the real issue between Black Americans and everybody else? Well, I'll say that one of the main biggest issues is the fact that they do not want to acknowledge our ethnicity. We're American. You got Black American, foundational Black American, American Indian, African American. See, American is on there. They refuse to acknowledge our Americanness. They refuse to acknowledge our patriotism. They refuse to acknowledge all those things. They look at us as just being displaced, I guess, people that's not African either. You know what I'm saying? We're just displaced and we're just here, and we don't have no culture, and we just get the YT man just taking care of us like a little toddler or something like that. That's what it is, right? Because they don't see us as American. They don't even acknowledge the fact that we're the longest tenured lineage here. That there's no other person or ethnic group in America that has a longer lineage than the Black American, foundation Black American, African American, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, you just have a lack of respect for us being American, and y'all don't want to admit that. You don't see us and view us as American. That's why you come over here and mark black and take all the little tangibles that all of us ancestors sweat for. You don't mind taking them because you're like, y'all not Americans. So shoot, we just over here taking from the YT man. Y'all ain't really did nothing. These are all the little things that we have to face. So that's the real issue. When y'all start respecting us as Americans, and meaning that we are Americans, not Africans, not Caribbeans, not whatever it is you want to say we are, but actual Americans. When y'all start respecting that, then I believe that the real issue will be able to cease. That olive branch that you're talking about that you want, you'll probably be able to get that olive branch if you were respecting us as Americans. And the other thing, right, is if okay, I'll say this probably in my plane. The other example is if you vote for MAGA, then you're bad. We're Americans. We can vote for either party. They're the main parties. So those particular things right there are just proof of that. And I'll land there.
All righty. So Chris said the biggest issue is we ain't American, right? So anybody got any rebuttals to what he said?
I have a rebuttal.
Yeah, I got a rebuttal.
One. Frenchie is two. Just two. Remy. All right. Go ahead, Leon. You number one.
Chris, I think the problem is it goes back to the same
Oh,
thing.
TNT. It's not on you. It's on Leon.
You got a bad experience, and I recognize that, but you got to understand that people are going to be people, and people are going to act either way. There are Africans that what you said, they're on that side, and there are also Africans that recognize these other things. And my thing is, instead of being stuck on the ones that are negative, they're also positive. Don't allow your past experience to say, you know what, I can't move forward. You're already in America, you're working with different types of people, whether they're white foreigners or they're Asian foreigners or Caribbean or African. You're already working with them. What I'm saying is thrive on the positive experience. There are people who are actually giving you what you're saying you want, recognition, accepting who you are, saying that you're here. But all I'm keep hearing is a negative aspect. And I think if you change that, you're going to see a different part of life. I land.
All right, Chris, final say.
The great Muhammad Ali once said that if you have 10,000 poisonous snakes, and there's some snakes in there that's all like, hey, I'm a good snake. Just let me in. All these other snakes, they the ones that's bad. So am I supposed to risk getting bit by all the other snakes that's poisonous just to go and get the 3 or 4 snakes that's saying that they're good snakes? I don't think that's a good idea to go do that. So at the end of the day, yes, that it may be some of your friends and some people who are doing this and doing that. It's not enough. It's 60 years, 65 years, 68, somewhere around that number. That's a long ass time. So you got to take account for that. This is 68 years. It's not like 5 years ago, 3 years ago. No, people been here for multiple generations and had multiple kids on top of kids that went to school, been the first kid in the family to graduate high school and college and cars and all of that. So at the end of the day, that's multiple decades in time.
Well, now
So
you
y'all
probably got two
condemn
more.
this. And I land my plane there.
All righty. Let's go with Frenchie, man. Go ahead, Frenchie. What's your rebuttal?
Thank you, helicopter. Appreciate it, man. All right, Mr.
Yes,
Chris.
sir.
I think you like to hear your voice. You think you sound so good, but you're missing the point, okay? It's not about sounding good or telling this and telling that because you like to hear your voice, okay? Again, your nationality is American. Nobody can take that from you. Nobody will deny that. Now, your race is black. We're all black. Again, you can whine about it, you can be mad. It's okay. It's fine. Nobody will take that from you. You can be a dinosaur if you want. That's okay. But we all know the truth, right? We all know the truth. So again, Africans are not your issue. You have to focus on your issue. You have an identity crisis. I think that's the problem. You have to understand. You're trying to figure out who you are. That's the problem, and we have nothing to do with that. You want to find who you are. That's fine. But don't attack African. We are not your problem. You have to go after the politician, go after the system. Those are the ones you need to attack. Take all your strength, all your energy, and go fight the orange man in the White House. I land my plane.
All right, Chris, you got the final say.
Figure out who you are. We actually know who we are. The reason why we know who we are, but you wouldn't have your musty butt over here talking about you have a business with 250 people when Black Americans had to own those businesses first before you even had a chance to get over here. So that's part of that standing on business that you're talking about. And the other thing, right, is the fact that the Black American is at his homeland or her homeland at 98%. So we're actually here battling against the orange man, battling against whatever particular policy it is, because we don't flee away from our problems. You know, we don't run from them and come over to America and then blame the government and say, oh, it's our government that's doing this and it's the other government that's doing that. If we have a problem with our politicians, what do? We write our politicians, we call them out, we get here on social media and do the complaining that you say that we do, but we're in our homeland complaining though. You're complaining about us not in your homeland, which is quite sad at the end of the day. And I'll land my plane there.
All right, Remy, say the best for last. You got the final rebuttal.
Yeah, appreciate that. Look, it's simple, man. A lot of you guys need to get out of your delusion. That's really what it is. Nobody is fighting you about being American. Every identifier that you have, starting with African American, Black, the N word, whatever you want to use, none of it was ever coming from an African person or a Caribbean person. All those identifiers either come from yourselves or they come from the YT man. And this is why a lot of us get confused about all this energy people in the FBA movement focus on Black immigrants. Because even if we were exactly what you claim we are and we were here to take over and destiny swap, all this movie stuff y'all be talking about, there's 2 million, 4 million of us. We can't do nothing. We have no power here. Relax, bro. Fight your oppressor.
All right, Chris, final say.
He claims that that they have no power. But when you mark that black box, do you know that right now in colleges there's an overrepresentation of people that are African and Caribbean because they mark the black box and then they claim to be Black Americans, so therefore they get Black American scholarships. You know that Malcolm X that you talk about, you know that Martin Luther King that you talk about, you know that Frederick Douglass that y'all like to bring up. You know they got scholarship programs, and most of the time it be Wanga and Bentu and Abid, you know, all those different African names that y'all signed that. So of course you would say all the things you say because you benefit from marking the black box. So at the end of the day, right, if you want to not have an issue with Black Americans, well, why don't you start marking that other box and start working for things for yourself, or start respecting the people who done it, because that's the reason why we having this discussion. At the end of the day, what we're doing is sitting you down, having some straightening. We don't want to see y'all, you know, there's some of us that do want to see you go to dilapidation. I ain't gonna lie about that. But some of us just want some straightening to get you to understand where you at and where you need to be. And I land there.
All right, Mr. TNT, how you doing? Mr. TNT, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
All right, how you doing, man? Go ahead and address the prompt. Go ahead and make it explosive there, Mr. TNT.
All right, for sure, for sure. Well, I just want to say this before anything. I'm new to this TikTok stuff, right? So just bear with me, right? Um,
So first and foremost, what exactly? I mean, I've been listening to like a little bit, but what exactly is the prompt? So I make sure I'm
All right,
addressing it.
so the prompt says, different roots, different people. What's the real issue? Let's discuss it. So basically, everybody else versus FBAs. What do you think the issue is with versus FBAs or versus everybody else? You're gonna go ahead and address the prompt. You're gonna get 2 minutes, and after you get done, if anybody has any rebuttals, they'll rebut you for 1 minute. You'll have the final say to their rebuttal, and then we'll move on to the next person. So does that make sense?
Okay, for sure.
All right, go ahead and address the prompt.
All right, for sure. Well, look, let me just say this, right? So I just turned 30, right? So I'm a fairly younger guy, it seems, than most of the people in the room, right? But let me just say this right now. Unfortunately, we as FBAs, I'm a foundational Black American, and so I'm born in Riverside. Mom's from Texas, right? So let's just get that out the way. But what I want to say is, you know, I don't paint everybody with a broad brush, right? There's good and bad in every race, but you know, we as foundational Black Americans already know that we deal with all kind of anti-blackness from everybody, Mexicans, Asians, anybody who's not a foundational Black American, right? And some of us have experienced more racism than other foundational Black Americans, right? But what I will say, because it seems like we're more so talking about Africans and Black immigrants and stuff like that. Like I say, I don't want to paint everybody with a broad brush, but from my personal experience, like I say, there's been cool Africans, Nigerians, Haitians, Black immigrants, from the diaspora. But the one thing I have noticed, and I could get into specifics, but I won't because I'm just fairly new. So one thing I have noticed is that even when I was a kid, long story short, used to go to a school in Inglewood, right, when I was in like third grade back in '04, and there were quite a bit of Africans there. And one thing I did notice is that the African kids in that school, it always seemed like they would try to basically stay away from foundational Black American kids. Like I would see them playing with, Mexican kids, the few white people that was at the school, because Inglewood was predominantly Black at the time, and actually got into a fist fight with another African boy for calling me an Akata, right? So, I heard him basically say that, the white T man, white people got, all these words and stuff for us, but they have words for Black Americans that are disrespectful, and a lot of them, and I'm laying my plane, and this applies to all non-Blacks across the group, including Black immigrants. What I don't think they understand is that the large portion of them come over here being very vitriolic and disrespectful towards Black Americans, and then pretty much when they get a response to a lot of their vitriol, a lot of them try to basically make it seem like they're being attacked while never addressing all the vitriolic things they do to foundational Black Americans. And I'll let my plan.
On the rebuttal.
All right, I got
Slow down. So it seems as though TNT's issue is that the foreigners, the Africans, come over and they seem to separate themselves from us. So we got any rebuttals? Got Leon, the Frenchman. What else?
Yeah,
Who else?
I got you.
All right, go ahead, French. You go first.
All right, I appreciate it. Okay, Mr. Raccoon TNT. I went to high school here. Okay, all right. You talking about you want to do like FBA, so innocent, so oh my God, heaven angel. Come on, bro. And first of all, FBA don't represent all African American. You guys need to stop saying foundation or whatever you can. Everybody don't want to associate themselves to FBA, okay? First of all, you all are bully. Your kids are bully. Some kids trying to bully me. They think it was going to
Hey,
work.
watch the word, brother. Don't want to get the live flag. I love TikTok shop. Use another word.
Not
Let it be word.
Okay. Okay. They try to do something to me, but it never worked. So y'all wanted to come after us. You want to beef with African. Now African reciprocate back your energy, and then you want to be mad about it. Like, come on, boy, making sense. Y'all just want us to come and call you master, like you call the white people master. Is that what it's about? Bro, you need to focus on what is your problem. And first of all, you're not the youngest in this panel. I'm younger than you. But again, you have to focus on what is essential. What is your problem? African are not your problem. I let my plan.
All right. See, you got the final say to his rebuttal. Go ahead.
Okay, for sure, man. So look, bro, let me
let me say this to you, French. Now listen, one thing about me, I'm a very honest person, right? I like to always be honest in every aspect because I believe honesty is the best policy, even if it makes me look bad. Now listen, bro, I'm gonna say this. I would never deny that, you know, there are bullies, you know, there are troublemakers in our race, right? That's everywhere. But what I'm saying is this, right? Because, you know, basically what you just said about, you know, foundation of Black Americans, and we are the foundation of the United States. So let's just get that understood. We can get into that later. What I'm saying is this, right? Yes, there's good and bad everywhere, but a lot of non-blacks, not even just black immigrants, Mexicans, Asians, all of them, right? They always try to make it seem like their vitriol comes directly from something that foundational black Americans did to them on the reason why they have all this hatred, right? Just to be clear,
HAT,
a lot of these
I
other
let you touch on.
immigrant groups come over here with an anti-black trope, right? So it's not always, oh, because these black kids in America did this or the blacks did this, X, Y, Z to us. That's the reason why we hate them. No, a lot of y'all come over here
Hey, brother,
with
real
that
quick,
anti
You can't,
FBA stuff.
you can't use the H word, bro. HAT. All right.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. But yeah. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. You know, I'm just tired of a lot of them acting as if, you know, they don't come over here with anti-black vitriol, and they do, right? So
All
it's not
right. Go ahead
always,
on your plane.
yeah, for sure.
All right. Who was next? Remy, you had the next one?
I was next.
Oh, no, it's Leon. All right. Go ahead, Leon.
Leon was next.
All right. So I used the word misinformation earlier, and this is why. So when you look at American movies, right? Some movies they promote the black man as the monster in the movies. So when people see these things, that's the image they sell to them. Some movies they promote the white tee as the man. So when I showed up in America and I'm seeing the white tee treating, even in the news, when a black person does something, it runs the news for like 2 weeks. When a white tee does something, they give an excuse. So I'm saying to myself, I'm brown. Brown people not like that. Why is it like that? That's when I start peeping the game. But also there's some black movies where you see the black people, they're cool in it. So some Africans see that and they want to join that. But my brother TNT, you gotta understand. Like for me, I went through what French was saying that we're in America and people tend to group, right? I got laughed at for silly little things. I didn't sound American back then, so I got laughed at that. I didn't wear expensive clothes, Nikes and whatnot. I got laughed at that. So what happens to that is people tend to go to where they feel like they're not being laughed at. So when you see the grouping, it's not necessarily because you're bad. It could be either
All right. Go
because
ahead on your plane.
of the poor of the poor propaganda against African Americans, or of people feeling like if they don't group with people who they feel safe with, then it's something else. So when you saw those people
Go ahead on
group,
your
it may
plane.
not necessarily mean because you're bad, because they want safety. I land.
All right, TNT, you got the final say.
Okay, man. Well, look, let me speak to that, right? Now, of course, you know, media can play a big part in how people see things, right? And you know, that's the biggest tool of white supremacy, right? The media. And you know, I just want to say this to Leon, right? You got to understand something. You know, I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but bagging is part of foundational Black American culture. That's what we do. Everybody gets bagged on. It's just part of our culture, bro. It's not personal, right? So if you feel like that was personal, no, it's just part of our culture. Everybody who's a foundational Black American, no, you gonna get roasted. It's just part of our culture, right? So it was never personal, right? If you know blacks were bagging on your shoes, everybody gets bagged on, right? You know, if they was calling you African, you know, scratchers or whatever, everybody gets bagged on, right? So I just want to speak to that. And just really quick, and I'll land my plane. Um, Once again, I understand that, you know, you're saying that some people are basically have a certain image about Black Americans, but once again, there's many instances where I just don't feel like it's, you know, a lot of y'all basically just try to say, oh, it's because it is white man that we feel this way and yada yada yada. No, it's not that. And like I said, I could
On your
give
plane.
more specifics, but a lot of y'all come over here outside of that media influence being anti-black, and I can get into many examples. And I'll let my plane.
All right. Appreciate the submission there, sir. All right. French Franco, what's up, brother?
What's up, helicopter? What's up, man?
Not much, man. You want to go ahead and address the prompt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
What's
right.
the real issue? Okay, I'm gonna rebuttal a little bit TNT. TNT. Okay, how can you expect young kids coming here in America? They don't know how you got back and whatever you're saying. How can you expect them to understand the culture when they just got here in America? And then you're going to complain and contradict yourself and say, oh, they're just running away from us. They associate themselves with the Mexican and stuff. When you serve your kids, bully those same kids. But they don't understand your culture. They don't know what is bagging and all that. They're just kids, right? They're just kids. So how you expect kids to understand that culture? Making sense. Okay, the real issue is FBA. FBA have to leave all African American. You are not 45 million of African American. You are not. You're just a group of 1 point whatever percentage of whatever you want to call. You want to be dinosaur? It's fine. Be dinosaur. Nobody cares. But leave African alone. We are not your issue. Your issue is the system. I always say that. Go and fight the system. Put your people there in the system so that they can fight for you. I land my plane.
All righty. So French says that his issue is the system is the issue, not the Africans, and we need to put Africans, but put our own people in the system. And he also said that when the kids come over here, they don't understand the culture. Who got a rebuttal?
Me.
Yes, I do.
TNT and Chris. All right, go ahead, Chris. I heard you first.
He was speaking about the system. Well, one thing about the system, when you go after the system, you must go after the system and all of its
Wait a
components.
minute,
So
Chris.
that, yes,
Chris, hold
ma'am.
on. Remy, I'm gonna rotate you down. I gotta bring somebody up. All right. Go. Oh man, I hate when they do that. Dang. Let me see if he enough. It's okay. Go ahead. They left.
Okay. When you go after the system,
Sorry.
you must. Oh, it's okay, Miss Love. Um, when you go after the system, you must go after all components. So that means whatever tools that the system uses in order for it to function, you must go after that. So what is one of the tools? Well, one of the tools is a lot of the immigrants that come over here. At the end of the day, you got to start speaking up to your immigrants and start telling them, hey, stop speaking against Black Americans that's from here. You keep on saying, "Oh well, go to your politicians, go to these different people." No, we're coming to you to tell your people to stop doing that. But it seems like you don't want to do that, right? So that's why we're doing it. That's why we're doing it right now because you don't want to do that. You don't want to hold your people accountable. You just think we're just supposed to accept disrespect in our homeland where we're at. We're not over there in Africa telling Africans what they should get, what they shouldn't get. We're not over there telling Africans that your government is don't care about you, so that's why y'all don't got no EBT or nothing like that. We ain't over there saying that to y'all. So at the end of the day, it's not the same. We're not in your homeland doing
All
that.
right, go
You're
ahead.
in
Now
our
you're
homeland
playing.
doing it. In our land.
All right, French, it's on you. Final say.
All right, Chris. You always come here with emotion. You don't never say facts. Mr. Chris, again, we are not your issue. Go focus on the politician. I will say that over and over and over again. African come here, they mind the business. African reality, told you before, African got ego. We have ego. So when you beef, we're going to beef with you.
All right, TNT, it's on you. Your rebuttal. What happened? He dropped down. Oh.
Okay,
Okay,
can you
well,
hear me?
never mind. Then don't worry about it. We'll just go ahead and get African reality. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you can go ahead and rebut real quick.
Okay.
I think you ran out of
Okay,
time
man.
too.
So listen. I was gonna say this real quick. Like I said, I got a mouthful to say, but I mean, I think French left the room. But anyway, if you're still listening, French, let me say this, bro. You're telling foundational Black Americans, and you keep on trying to say we can call ourselves dinosaurs, so on and so forth, right? You're telling us that we need to fight the system, bro. We're the only group of people in the United States who has been fighting white supremacy nonstop. Not only when the issue is brought to our door, right? So let's get that understood.
And then,
All right, go ahead and land.
all right, for sure. And then lastly, well, I'm gonna get off the rest later.
Cause you're gonna have a lot of rebuttal for African. What's up, African? How you doing, man?
Yes, sir.
You good?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, sir? How you doing, guys?
Good, man. Go ahead and address the prompt, bro.
Different root, one people. What the real issue? Uh, I feel like lack of awareness is the issue. Just like as the brother said earlier, talking about being bullied about in the school. Some people will face some kind of bad eggs sometimes, just like the way all Africans are not good, same as black Americans are not good, same as white Americans are not good. Not everybody will be good, but if we can be able to put our differences aside and just acknowledge and move on, just like the other race do. When anybody do you wrong, hold them accountable. We should stop generalizing as like what I don't even understand. Because if you look at it, it is if all Africans leave America, if all immigrants leave America, it is a fallacy. I don't think it's gonna possible. Let's deal with reality. America is here. America it's an institution. You think America wanna collapse because of someone got in his opinion like Trump? No, America is not gonna collapse. America is an entity that people are making more. America is making money off each immigrant in America. America is even making money off immigration system. I don't think America will let that go anytime soon because a lot of people are investing in this system already. But if you want to do it divided, it's fine. Me, I'm not calling for unity or no. I want all Africans to go back. We should go back home and fix our Africa. But we don't want us to have maybe a cousin type of relationship, so we can be able to anything happen in this community, we call each other out for anything going on. Along with that.
All righty. So basically, African said that his issue is that a lack of awareness and that we need to deal with the reality of the American institution and that America's not going to let that go. Anybody got a rebuttal?
Yes.
All right, TNT and Chris. All
Okay.
right, go ahead, TNT.
Okay. So look, check this out, man. I'm glad I hopped on this live. So look, let me just say this to African reality right now. So you said up here, and well, I don't know if it was you. I think it might have been another guy, French, but I've heard a lot of black immigrants say that they want unity and all this stuff. Right now, look here's the problem that I guess I don't care for politics, but I've been hearing a lot right within the last year. Here's the problem. Now, I would say that, of course, white supremacy is the biggest fish to fry, but unfortunately, certain groups are used as buffers against foundational Black Americans. And let me just make this quick example, and I'll land. There are certain Black immigrants. For example, this guy named Wes Moore. He's not a foundational Black American. I think he's like from the Caribbean somewhere. Just sometime last year, this guy, and there's several examples, right, of Black immigrants coming over here to undermine Black Americans, right? This guy was responsible for basically blocking foundational Black Americans from getting reparations, and there's several other things, right? So the point I'm trying to make is this, right? A lot of y'all, Black immigrants are saying that y'all aren't the problem and this and that, but it's like you guys go along with white supremacy and you guys don't have a problem coming over here to undermine, keyword, to undermine foundational Black Americans. And like I said, there's several examples of y'all doing this. And that's one of many problems that we as FBAs take with Black immigrants. We don't hate y'all, but a lot of you guys are just being held accountable.
HATE.
That's it. And I'll land.
Top shop.
All right, African, it's on you. Final say.
You see, that's why I say generalizing. Just like you just said earlier, I say you don't want to paint all African in a bad brush. Anybody that goes against anything that have to do with Black Americans, same way you call them out, whitey out, call them out. Because the more we are looking as if all Africans are against Black Americans, there's a lot of Africans that are married to Black Americans that have kids, that have grandkids, that they have even, I believe, some should have a great grandkids also. And you have to know a lot of people have already their life is here. Even if they say immigration should end today, I'm sure a lot of Africans will still stay behind because they have been rooted in America. But if you want to damage the relationship more that is already damaged, I feel like black race in general is you have an issue in future. I learned with that.
All right, Chris, say the best for last, sir. You got the final rebuttal.
Say this right. You were speaking about the immigrants, and a lot of times when you come on here, you keep acting as if the immigrants are a small number here. We actually do not know how many are here because you do know there were Africans that was storming that border, right? When the border was open down there in Mexico, they went to Mexico and stormed the border. So we do not know how many immigrants are here. And then you were saying also that America benefits from immigrants. Actually, that's why America is getting a lot of you out of here. We do not benefit from immigrants. You hear multiple times the immigrants come on and talk about they send billions of dollars home. Those billions of dollars should be spent within America where you've been living at for 20, 30, 40 years and stuff like that, not going back to your homeland. So therefore, America does not benefit at all from immigrants being here. So at the end of the day, right, what needs to be happening is what you had said earlier. Africans need to mount up and go back home and start building it, and doing all that because America does not benefit from immigration. And also, stop saying America's a corporation. When you keep saying that, it's like you're dismissing the point of what I just said. Again, we don't benefit from none of your remittance, none of that. That's why Trump actually put more money on the remittances, and y'all been complaining about that because we need to get more of a cut because we ain't getting it. And I'll land my plane there.
All right, African, you got the final say of the night. After that, we're gonna be wrapping up the show, and everybody gonna get a final submission, and then that's gonna be it for the night. So go ahead, African. Go ahead. You got the final say of the night.
Yeah, I agree. At least Africans send, I think, maybe $100 billion last year, I believe, to Africa, which is part of we building Africa. So we have something to show for. Because I can tell you for a fact, if a lot of Africans leave America today, Africa will develop rapidly because those are the best brain of Africans that is in America. That is why I feel like Black Americans or some other folk might find them kind of maybe intimidating or competitive because I don't see the reason why Africans will be the issue of Black American if they are not doing something wrong or something right. And you have to understand any set of people that they are not being complained about, those people are not doing something for themselves. So sometimes some people might wanna be kind of stingy or kind of be straightforward when it comes to their life and their reality, just like what the leaders are doing in their continent right now. So if Africa got to do what he got to do, but I just hope Africans able to create more awareness about the issue in Africa, and I hope Black Americans too able to do what they got to do. Me, I'm not calling for forced unity or Pan-Africanism,
Go ahead,
but
land your plane. Wait for your final say.
Africans just got to start putting Africa first, and I hope Black Americans will be able to put Black American first. But with the system, let them do it. I leave it up to the donor of America. I land with that.
All right. So, final say of the night. First of all, I want to thank Love's World for hosting the panel as usual. Thanks for having everybody up. Thanks for all the panelists that showed up. Everybody that gave their opinion. Everybody that's still here. Thanks for everybody that's in the chat. Thanks, Love, for giving me the opportunity to moderate. The first time I've ever done it. This was pretty cool. So, yeah, that was fun. And yeah, other than that, man, everybody make sure y'all stay focused on what y'all got going on and, address whatever issues y'all got with the other group. And that's all I got to say. Creed, it's on you. Creed, you there? All
We're
right,
gonna
Leon.
just move on to Leon.
All right, Leon, it's on you. Final say.
Thank you, love. I've been trying to get on the panel for a very long time. You finally let me on. Thanks to everybody that participated. I'm glad we're having these conversations because a lot of things are being revealed. There's a lot of hurt both ways. Most of the time, we speak more on the FBA hurt, but also on the African side, they're hurt too. But for me, I tend to look at the best out of people, and I hope that one day the FBA folks will get to feel that they're recognized and they actually realize for what they've been. And they will also look on the other side and understand that on the African side, there's the billions of people, and people come over here to look for opportunity. And once they see it, they take advantage of it. And hopefully one day we can coexist and co-work together, meaning African goodies over there can benefit Americans here, and American goodies that's already benefit Africans could take another level. Once again, thank you for having me. We will see you next time.
All right, Chris, final say.
I would say at the end of the day, look, make them respect your Americanism. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to all that unity talk. Unity only come along because the Iceman trying to send them back home. And I'll land there.
All right, TNT, it's on you. Final say tonight.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree with what Chris just said about the whole unity thing. It's definitely not genuine. But man, all I'm gonna say is this, right? We as Black Americans, we just want people to respect our sacrifices, right? Because the bottom line is this, man. If you are outside of FBA, you are allowed to be here because of our sacrifices. And, at the end of the day, it's really just about respect, man. We don't go around antagonizing people, but we want people to respect our sacrifices, right? We are the foundation of the United States, and that will never change. And we're owed reparations specifically to our lineage in our land.
All right, African, you got the last say tonight. Make it good.
Amen to that, my brother TNT. And Chris, no single immigrant is scared of ICE. Okay, even if I see a legal immigrant, I'll give their your tag hashtag to them so you can call ICE for them. So if the more you are on this talking point that Africans are scared of ICE or whatever, no, that is not true. Go and check it. Africans are no, it's only minority of Africans that are asylum or refugee. We come here with money, we pay to come to America. We went to embassy to get visa. America is making money from both ends of it. We are paying taxes in America, and at the same time we are building Africa. So basically, Africa is throwing one stone and they are killing two birds with it. I land with that, if you know what I mean.
All right. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody, for coming up. Thanks,
Wait a
love.
minute, hold on. Let me tell you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Wait a minute. Okay, shout out to everybody who came tonight. We want to thank the gifters, the ones who gifted, everybody here. We appreciate y'all so much. Shout out to our people on YouTube. Shout out to the chat. Thanks for subscribing and supporting. And shout out to all my mods who helped me out today. I appreciate y'all. And shout out to y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye everybody.
All right, good night,
Good night.
y'all.
Good night.
All right.
Good night. Helicopter should do more moderate.
Appreciate you, bro.